forward there by Sidebottom. Opportunity for Diver. Runs the ball, runs onto it, hooks. It's bending back. Oh, Blake kicked it in.
You're going to enjoy this too. Mate, we're going to have a fair crack. Absolutely. You'll be able to get...
The covers are all magpies. Nick Dacos to Maynard. Chanced his arm right through the middle and did it sterlingly. Pendlebury marks and plays on. Ginnivan's his man. Sard against him. Elliott's the third there. The ball is his. The moment arrives. Elliott kicks the goal. Collingwood have closed like the Grim Reaper. They hit the front with a minute. Nick Dacos, lightning hands. Here's the Degoe moment. He unloads. Bang! You need your stars. And Collingwood stars just went and wrenched the cup.
Bring him to 55. Sidebottom in game 309 from outside the yard. Oh my goodness! He has got it! And the place erupts!
And so ends one of history's great grand finals. Collingwood take the final step on the stairway to premiership heaven.
Side by side, step by step.
Collingwood are premiers for the 16th time. It's a grand final that had absolutely everything.
What's going on, guys? Am I loud and clear? What's going on? All right. Season Eve, huh? Fuck, we've been waiting for this. I'll get Mr. Greatness on to give me a hand here.
Hey,
what's going on, buddy?
What's happening?
Fucking barely hear shit. Hold on. I think it's my volume. Yeah, it's my volume.
I'll try and get my mic a bit close to my face.
No. It's me. It was me. It's all good now.
Okay.
All good. Season Eve, man. What did you think of that fucking intro where I just generously pilfered freely from other people's videos and just made up my own one using CapCut? And I'll tell you what, mate, using CapCut, it's got to be editing on that. It's got to be the biggest dopamine hit when you're trying to put together Collingwood highlights over the years. Fucking hell.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if it's someone that's been a content creator for a long time, I don't think there's really been a bit. There are many feelings that are better when you can put a good video together. especially because you just put so much time and effort into it. I mean, obviously the comments can obviously have their own opinions on it and stuff, but yeah, for the people that do make the channels and make the videos, people do put a lot of time and effort in because a lot of the times, there are content creators that make it look easy that we just turn on the camera and just go. There are a lot of content creators out there that do far more than that.
Oh yeah, man. Mate, it's been a steep learning curve for me, man. From the initial days of fucking, remember when I first started, mate, all the fucking shit audio problems, mate. It took me fucking ages to sort that shit out, man.
It takes time. I started. When did I start? 2012. So I've been on and off like that whole entire time and stuff, and I haven't made content for about 2 years, but. Yeah, from 2012, that was 14 years ago, which is crazy to think
Fucking
about.
hell.
And just started off as a little like Let's Play channel and stuff. Anytime there was an AFL game, I did a little bit of content. But it wasn't until it was just before COVID. That's when I started to go a bit more AFL, Collingwood sort of stuff. And then about 2 years ago, probably won't go into it too much because it'll take up the whole podcast. But had some things happen, and I'm hoping the return's not far away, but it just feels like every time I talk about it, there's always a setback. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but we'll see.
You got to do it, man. You're a wealth of knowledge, man. You're just the man, mate, when it comes to all that stuff, mate. You'll do a good job on again, mate. I know that. I can't believe how many other did you see that Swoop Luke video the other day?
Yeah,
where he asked.
I was very happy that he was able to get around the creators.
Yeah, I cannot believe how many there are, man. Like there was about 3 or 4 of them I haven't even heard of, mate.
There was. I think there was one I didn't know of. No, 2. Oh, no, actually 1 because there was a Collingwood dude. He's got a podcast with his Carlton mate. I knew of him because I was. I think I was watching a Carlton stream, and the Carlton person on the Carlton side of it, he was advertising it. And he's like, "Oh, I've got this Collingwood mate. Blah blah. We're doing a podcast." I haven't seen their content yet, but
Is that the Indian? Is he like Indian or something like that? He looks like, I think. No,
possibly. I know there's like 2 of them. One's the Collingwood supporter, one's the Carlton supporter. But there was definitely one dude. I'm like, even I don't know who you are, and I'm pretty switched on with this stuff normally because, especially as well, once you watch a few content creators, like they just pop up on your homepage. Because like YouTube, they just have this knack of like, hey, you keep watching this type of content. Here are all these other creators in the same space. So, and as a fellow Collingwood supporter and fellow content creator, like it's not that I feel like it's my duty, but it's always good just to support those that are doing the same.
Oh yeah, man. I watch them all, man. I watch them all, but you can't like watch them all. It's too hard, man. Look, me personally, I probably tend to stick to just Anthony and Andreas, and I always Into the Woods, the father and the son, and Pies Nation. But after that, man, it's just too hard to keep up with everyone, mate. Fuck.
Especially when people are doing their podcast too. That's probably the thing because it's when people are doing 2-hour podcasts, and not to. Obviously, I hate saying this because I always hate to state the obvious, but it's like obviously there's no shade with it, but it's like you watch, say, 6 podcasts and they're all 2 hours each. Next thing you know, you're watching 12 hours of content. That's like 12 hours a week or whatever. It's like it's not really a task you should be like throwing 12 hours away and stuff for content. And I'm just throwing that number out there. I don't know what the actual number is. But, it's a lot of time, and it's not that we don't want to do it, but we've also got lives and things to do. So, but anytime I can have the opportunity to support a fellow content creator, especially a content creator, I'm definitely all for it. Which I like to hope that's been my that's been my intent from the start. So
Yeah. All right, I'll get Matty in.
Yep.
What's up, Warble? He's dubbed himself the Warble. Shall we address you with that name from now on, Matt?
Maybe the Warbler.
The Warbler. Okay.
Nah, Matt's fine.
How you been, mate?
Been pretty good. How are you guys?
Fantastic, man. Are you pumped? Are you optimistic? How you feeling, man?
I'm optimistic about the season. I just don't like opening round. I think we're cursed in opening round. I think we're going to get jumped at the start.
Yeah.
And
I've gone the opposite, actually, to be honest. Like I think it's the other way around. I think St Kilda are going to go into it. They're the ones that got the pressure on them, and I think we're going to jump them. That's just the feeling I'm getting at the moment. It's weird because even with like selection and stuff, we've got like Steen and Cochrane not playing and everything. There's just there's just something about, I feel like we're going to beat them like at their own game. Like we've got a lot of runners, we've got a lot of guys with like speed in the side. I feel like we've definitely addressed the whole we don't have a lot of like slow players anymore. So I don't know. I think we've sacrificed a bit of height for speed, which when I first heard the news that we're not playing, Steen and Cochrane, I was a bit sort of upset about that for obvious reasons. Or not the two obvious reasons, especially with Steen, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's when it comes to tactics, you sort of have to go down a path, and obviously we're probably going to back in our speed and our ball use, so we have done that well in the past. So, but that's the thing. If we get outmarked by all their tools, then
that's the scary part, man. Like, look at the team there. Like, we've gone pretty short, man. It's a little bit concerning, and
especially I don't know if you guys think about it like this as well, but even seeing like a Jack Buller on the bench, and you look at the forward line, like it just, I don't know, it just sends it like the signals just don't make sense. It's like you try to have because I'm a traditionalist. Like you have your two tallest players, the full forward and half forward, and I know it's probably not going to line up exactly like this. Like Sidey's not going to be centre half forward, but he's probably going to be one of the forwards, right? Yeah, I mean, and then when you see even like Frampton, like you see him there in the back pocket, like Frampton should be lined up at like full back. So I don't know if this is why just sort of like playing mind games, or if this is like a genuine, this is our list, like Quan is genuinely playing full back and Josh Davis playing centre half back. Like, I mean, I guess
they've been doing it. They've been doing it for years like this. I don't take any notice of how the team is named. They do it to sort of throw the opposition off.
It's so dumb.
I agree with you. I don't like it. I want to see, okay, they've got Rowan Steele, he's playing on the wing. Will Parker playing on the wing. Okay, great. Put that, make that real. But we just can't tell by what they put out.
Yeah.
All right. Just a quick shout out to the usual suspects in the chat, the legendary people that always join us. Benny Zero, Stefanos, Mello, Voidoid, Josh, the familiar names. It's always great to see you guys. And I'm going to issue a challenge to all and sundry who are part of this thing I've got going now. In my hand is the sacred book. This book, okay, I'm going to have a dossier on every single, on most of you regular guys, yeah? Whenever you make a big call, it's going to be written in this book, yeah? It's going to go down in posterity, and we're going to review it, and at the end of the season, and we're going to see who got all the right calls, who got all the shit calls, and we're going to see how we're going. So I'll be asking everyone, results, what you think's going to happen later in the year, and when you make a big call and it comes up, you'll be we'll let you know, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So the catch call for that would be put it in the book, and I'll put it in the book.
What about the vault?
The vault, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, the whatever, yeah, put it in the vault. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Yeah, and like what I'll do, like I did last season, like after the games when Anthony's done with his chat, I'll jump on whatever time it is. Tomorrow will probably be at fucking midnight. By the time the game finishes and everything. And yeah, I'll get everyone. We'll all do our 3-2-1s, and we'll create the Chronicles medal for the best player, and we'll say, yeah, we'll do it like that. Yeah, get more, get it really interactive. Like we've got all the regulars here. Everyone will chip in, and we'll see who's the best, mate. See who makes the best calls. See who makes the best predictions. See who's full of shit.
I'm definitely in line for that one. That's for sure.
I've already put down
in there.
I've already put down Steen is going to be kick ass this year, and Swaddling's going to be the next Buckley for you, mate. Don't worry.
What I say, Buckley and Patrick Dangerfield, like just that sort of type, explosive mid with strong hips.
Yeah. Chris Talbot, how are you, buddy?
How are you, Mick?
Very good, thank you, mate.
Hey,
feeling
Sean.
good?
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Chris.
Nervous. I'm sort of not happy like Sean. We didn't play Oscar Steen and Cochrane. I'm worried about that tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty short team, man. It's a little bit worrying. Don't want to go like we've been going the last fucking couple of years in these opening rounds. But so far, opening round's been all right so far. Fuck, we saw Carlton get absolutely fucking killed. Geelong fucking went down. Hawthorn went down. Hopefully, actually, I'll be going for the Bulldogs tonight. I want to see Brisbane win. Yeah.
Yeah. Because also as well, I'm just looking at the list right now, and obviously I was just saying before about Cochrane and Steen. I'm also just I'm just trying to look through the list because I mean, in fairness to the players, there's really no one that's like sticking out. Because even with like I know we talk a bit about Patrick Lipinski and stuff. But like really, like if we have to be like serious, there's really no one that you're looking at that would come in for those two. I don't think there's like an easy option come like at the selection table with those. And again, if you're playing it sort of like a God, what's the game? Scissors, paper, rock. I guess maybe we're trying to back in. Yeah, we're trying to back in our sort of like speed and ball use where Saints, they do have runners, obviously, like Ross Lyon's game plan is about running. But yeah, I think maybe that's probably the tactic that we're trying to go through is that we're trying to pick scissors and, Saints are picking either rock or paper or, whichever.
Yeah.
So we're just hoping that we've got the better version out of those three.
I got the St Kilda team up now.
Yeah.
Look, that Sam Flanders. It seems like their midfield's pretty good now. Like Flanders, Sinclair, Naz, and Jack McRae. There you go. Fuck.
Even Hall. I think Hall's flying under the radar. Like he'll get his he'll get a bit of credit soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a bad list. I mean, they'll probably make finals and stuff. I think they'll just scrape in. That they'll probably play in the playing round. But also with those guys too. Like unless if you've got because I know we did something similar in the 22 trip here with obviously Mitchell, Frampton, McStay, and Hill. But I think the difference between us and St Kilda was that we had guys like Jeremy Howe, Scott Penderbury, and Sidebottom with a ton of experience and, a ton of like proven finals experience. So I think as much as what St Kilda did in the offseason was great and fantastic, I just don't see, because I mean, some people were even touting them as like a top, for them to even make the top four. Like, I feel like you've got to have a bit of a, you sort of have to have like if you like, in terms of like the cricket terms, like you sort of have to get the runs on the board before you can sort of like be making sort of statements like that. Because, I'm just trying to think, even with like Adelaide, I don't know if you want to put this in the book, but I don't know if they're going to completely miss out on finals, but I think they're going to definitely have a drop this year just because I think they'll go from the hunter to then the hunted.
Yeah. Look, if you're whenever you make a statement or a call or something like that, just end it with put it in the vault. Yeah, and that's why I'll know. I'll put it in the book, and it'll be there, mate. You can't go back, mate. After you've said it, that's it, mate. You going to the game?
I'm not actually. I'll definitely go into some games this year. It's just timing hasn't really worked out well this week, so. But yeah, I'll definitely be going to some games, so for sure.
I'm still 50-50 whether to go or not. I've got these fucking nosebleed seats, and I fucking hate that, man. I hate not having a nice view of when the field looks like fucking ants. It fucking shits me because I'm right at the top, man.
Yeah.
And because it's not our home game and stuff. So yeah, it's either that or just the pure comfort of my fucking living room,
Yeah, I'm also I don't know where the other Marvel game is, but I'm also glad that they're also getting games at Marvel where it's actually a home game. Like I know we've got Giants there, so I don't know what other team we have. I mean, we'd probably have like Bulldogs or something. But yeah, that's like another thing that always annoys me is that we'll have these Marvel games, but it'll be against St Kilda or Bulldogs or I don't know, someone to that effect, and it's just But then you have all these people that want to say that Collingwood have a ton of advantages through the AFL, and it's just I don't know. It's just, I just find that narrative pretty funny.
All right, I'm just going to start off, and I'll go through everyone, but I'll give you my predictions for tomorrow. Now, really, there's nothing much to go off. Yeah, the two preseason games we played half our team in each one, so really it's really hard. So it's really just guessing really what the score is. Anyway, I'm going to go Pies by 21. All right. And I'm going to put this in the vault. I'm going to say that Ed Allen is going to have a big game, and he's going to have a game where we contemplate whether we're going to be saying after tomorrow, are we playing Long or Allen from now on? Because he'll play. I reckon he'll play the Long role better than Long, and he'll have a breakout game, and I'm putting that in the vault, and that's just a hunch that I have, and it could go horribly wrong, and we'll see. So I'm going Pies by 21 and Ed Allen to have a breakout. All right. Sean, result, and give me something for the vault.
You're muted, Sean.
Earth to Sean. All right, we'll go to Matt.
You might have ducked out.
Yeah, all right. Matt.
There, Sean?
So Earth to Sean. That's all right. Go, Matt.
What are we doing? The margin?
I'm asking you for the result for tomorrow and just a prediction on something that will happen. Like, what do you like? Something peculiar that will happen tomorrow night that we aren't expecting.
Okay. We're going to win by 3 points.
Yep.
And Patrick Lipinski, I know I criticise him a lot.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna play a good game. He's going to continue to put his head over the ball like he did in the practice game. I was quite impressed with him. And he's going to get 20 plus touches and a goal. So I'm sending Lipper some positive vibes because I thought he was pretty good in that game.
Is that out of hope?
No, people can change. Like I've been one of his biggest critics, and about how he doesn't, he has footsteps and doesn't get his head over it. But I think people can change, and things can work out for him when he plays like that. And he showed that he can do it, and he can keep doing it because he's going to need to keep himself in the side. Yeah. Because if he can bring a bit of toughness to his game combined with his good finishing and his skill, then he could be a valuable player.
Yeah. Look, I'd love to see it, man. And I'm a notorious Lipper basher, and it's not because even on my best day, I'm not even 100th as good looking as him. And like, I don't know, man. He's just very samey. Yeah, it's just you get your 3 or 4 good games where he fucking hits those laser passes, and everyone, loves it. But there's I could be wrong, but just what I see is that he plays well when we belt teams, but in close ones or games that we lose, he seems to be the one that we'll accuse of not doing enough. But in games where we belt teams, he's always up there with because he's an outside runner, mate. When you're winning well, it means you're winning on the outside, and he's on the outside. And he's a big body, mate. I really, I can't forgive moments when someone doesn't go when they need to go, man. It's just such an intrinsic fucking thing in footy, man, over the years. Anyway,
it does, and it sends a subtle subconscious message to the group when someone does it as well, where they don't go. Yeah. But it's the opposite when someone goes and wears it. Then it's the opposite. Yeah. It lifts the team. Look what that bloke's doing for the side, putting his body on the line.
Yeah.
So because he needs to bring that part of his game or add to that part of his game, or he's gonna be transitioned out of the first team.
Yeah. And this year, I think this season he'll need to show something because we've got 4 or 5 youngsters that are similar types to him that would probably really take that chance. You got the Prindable and Swadling, and then you got Atkinson, and then you got Will Hayes, Anderson. Yeah. Sorry, I've been calling him Atkinson all this time.
Swadling could be a straight swap for Lipper.
Yeah. I love this little cameo at the end of the last practice game. Yeah.
Just go angry.
What was that, Chris?
Just go angry.
Yeah, angry. Yeah, I know. That'll be easier. Yeah. All right. Ultimate Greatness has left us, but he's welcome back. I'll just put the thing back up if he wants to come back in. All right. We got I got Kev and Betty Zero. I'll just add them both at the same time. Kevin, how are you, pal?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Good, man. Good. What's going to happen tomorrow, Kev?
I think we'll win by 13 points, to be honest. I think it will be close. If we're playing against Brisbane or potentially Sydney, I think I would say that we would lose to them. But because St Kilda don't have Max King, it makes it a lot easier for us to handle them without Darcy Moore and Jeremy Howard, to be honest.
Okay. All right, mate. Have you got give me something that's going to happen tomorrow, mate? Like
Well, Nick Dacos will have 30 and he'll kick a
Yep.
couple. Jack Buller will kick a few on debut. I reckon he'll kick about 2. And
Yep.
I think it will be very up and down game, and it'll be stressful, and I think that will get the job done, in my opinion.
All right. Stefanos in the chat. He's going Collingwood by 35. He reckons defence is going to keep TDK goalless and Higgins as well. All right. All right. Chris Talbot.
Yes, Mick.
What's happening tomorrow, mate?
Think Collingwood will win by 10 points.
Yep.
And I'm going to go Will Parker will get 20 disposals.
Okay.
And I agree with Kev. I think Bull will kick a couple goals.
You reckon Hall? Who's going to kick a couple of goals? Buller. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. No worries. The ubiquitous Ben Zero. How are you, mate? You are everywhere, mate.
Yeah, I think I've got a twin brother who shows up around the place. It's not always me, surely, right?
You're a legend, mate. You're a legend. How's things? All right?
Yeah, really good, mate. How are you?
Good. I'm just anticipating the big day tomorrow. I just can't wait, man. Cannot wait.
Awesome.
Just want to.
Are you going, mate?
Am I going? I'm contemplating going because I've got a nosebleed. We've got nosebleed seats, and I fucking hate it. I just
too hard to get out for a smoke, eh?
yeah. I got to go a few staircases just to have a fucking durry, mate.
Yeah, no good, mate. No good. No, I've decided I'm 100% going. We're taking one of my best mates, another Collingwood supporter. He's coming with me and bringing his son for the first time. How old is he? He's 8 or 9 years old. He loves the Pies, loves watching the close games. So we'll get him in for his first game and introduce him to it.
Yeah, beautiful. All right.
Hope it's not like my first game.
What was that?
What was yours, buddy?
1981. You probably remember this game, Mick. 1981, Collingwood Essendon at Waverley. Essendon were terrible.
Yeah.
At the time, but they beat us by, I think it was like 80 points or something. As a 6-year-old.
Fuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
The good old VFL Park days, mate.
That was the start of Essendon becoming good. And then they started to climb up the ladder under Sheeds.
Yeah. All right. Benny, what's happening tomorrow, mate? What's the score?
I think us by about 4 goals. I think, sort of breaking it down, we're probably a goal a quarter better than them, so roughly that. There's a lot of talk their way, and there's a lot of expectation on them, and that can be hard to carry for a group that's sort of young and up and coming. So, and we've done it before. So, a little bit of 2023 opening about it. The feeling I'm getting where we could sort of we got them early. Sorry, I'm thinking 2022, not 23, where we got them early and sort of surprised us. It's like, wow, this bottom 2 side that we were all of a sudden has come out and shown them something. So I think tomorrow we can show them something again. Very different sort of vibe than back then, though. So about 24 points, 4 goals. And I think Dan Houston will announce himself as a Collingwood player as well. I think that's my big call. He looks primed and ready to have a real crack at it, assuming Josh doesn't go back down there and dominate and take all the limelight from him. I think Dan's due for his breakout for us. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, he's got himself a nice, pretty weather girl now. So, have you heard that one?
Yeah, I did see that going around. Good on him. Something to play for.
That's it. Like, hopefully, it settles his mind a bit. She keeps him happy, and he blitzes, mate. You know what really surprised me about Houston? Did you hear what Fly said about Houston last week? He said something like he's an introvert and he doesn't ask for the ball. which I found perplexing, considering he was the go-to man for so many years at Port. He's just a quiet guy that doesn't unassuming. I found it hard to believe. I thought he would be like a loud guy on the field, but obviously not.
Yeah. That sort of goes against what I would have thought just from looking at him and his previous success. That is surprising.
Yeah.
Let's see how he
goes. Let me put it this way. Imagine if there was narrative around Rowan Steele, who we think is going to be a good wingman, and he dropped off his last few games, and we started saying, "Oh, gee, I hope Rowan Steele goes really well on the wing because Ed Allen on that other wing, he's really been dominating on the other wing. So hopefully Ed Allen doesn't dominate on that wing because then Rowan Steele can dominate on." Do you see how stupid that sounds?
Yeah, and I know what you mean.
There's
like
two half-back flanks.
I just hope Josh plays in the midfield because I reckon he's better there. And what he can do for us.
He's great in the midfield and he's great off half-back, but there's two half-back
It's true.
flanks.
Do you reckon he'll play 50-50?
That'd be nice. I'd like him to play 70% in the midfield. And
absolutely.
I'd prefer to see Pendles across half-back than Josh.
Yeah. And I think we need a bit of direction and leadership down there this week, especially with Howe and Moore out. Bruzzy's great, don't get me wrong, absolutely. But just an extra body, an extra mind to help settle people, get people into position. Yeah, the younger guys like Parker, he still needs a bit of guidance. Even IQ, he's a leader, but still, you can get caught chasing the ball and stuff because he's young and eager. So like someone like Pendles with Bruzzy down there can really provide us that leadership, I think.
Yeah.
Not saying Josh can't do that too.
I actually prefer Josh Dacos on a wing than as good as he is at half back. We've got Houston down there. Pendles can go back there. Just let them go at it. I'm not. I still don't agree that Josh being good there. That should help the other halfbacks, right?
It should, yeah.
That should inspire you and help you. I've got this gun on the other flank. This is awesome. Josh Dacos and me. What a partnership that should be. So
I think what we saw a bit of last year was that like they saw Josh and went through him. It's like, good old reliable. He's always been there. He's the normal face we see when we look up. And I guess he probably demands it more than Houston now that we know that sort of he's a bit of a quiet one. So I don't know. I don't think that was the reason for Houston's numbers being down last year, though, either. I'm not like making that excuse for him. I think he was still learning the system. And I heard Fly in the preseason, yap, trying to get him into positions and things like that. So I think it was mostly himself trying to get settled and a bit of confidence and all that sort of shit. So I guess the opportunity's there for him now, and I expect him to take it.
Yep. It's be like getting a brand new recruit.
Yeah. Just like Schultz last year. Everyone says it. I mean, there's no guarantee that the second year he'll be brilliant. We're hoping so, and we're hoping our investment pays off. And I think it will. He's too classy, right?
Yeah,
I think he needs to, because if he doesn't this year, he'll just get dropped. And I hope that doesn't have to happen. But he won't get that. He won't get that guaranteed game, so that the club doesn't get embarrassed.
That's right.
He's just and they would have told him. They said, "Hey, look, we helped get you through last year, but this year you're like everyone else. We can't. We've got so much talent coming through. You need to keep your spot on the team based in merit, like everyone else. That should be the same for everyone. So maybe that's enough for him to go. Okay, I'm not going to be gifted a game this year. I've got to contribute." And bring some of the talent that he's obviously got.
Absolutely.
It just, with Houston, it just makes you think that, did we really need to get him, Did we really need him? Like, he seemed he had an okay season last year, but it was nothing like the Port days. And it just makes you think, like, we're so bereft of tall key position defenders. I'll even go as far as saying, like, Lockie Schultz was fantastic last year, but at the same time, did we need another small forward? Yeah, because I'd take a gun key position back any day before, gambling on a small forward as good as Schultz is, you know. I just think that should have been the priority. We'll find out at the end of the year, but it just seems like, we went after these guys. We really didn't um, need those type of players. Like I remember when we picked up Houston, and I was thinking, all right, but we've already got running halfbacks. All right, I was excited and thinking, oh fuck, how good's this? But we've already got that type of player. But
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see what happens.
Mick, did you watch the rant? Did you watch the rant?
I did, yes.
Yeah, they said they touched on both of those points. Like,
Yeah.
we went after players that we didn't really need. We got a million halfback flankers.
Yeah.
We get caught up, and the fans do this too. Like, there's an available player. Oh, we got to get him. We got to get him and make our club better. And it's like, do we need him? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Sean, are you back with us?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut in there, Matt. Were you going to say something?
I might have been. I've forgotten now.
Sorry,
no, I've remembered now. We've needed a key back since Murphy got done. So that's what's screaming at us. We need a key back. Yeah. I mean, the fact that Billy Frampton, and people will disagree with me, but he is our most important player. Is he the best? No. But if he goes down, we're screwed.
Fucking hell.
I mean, as brilliant and amazing as Nick Dacos is, we can cover him. He could miss a couple of games, and we're still, we can cover Nick. We can cut the other one. Darcy Cameron's really hard to cover as well.
Yeah.
So us not getting a key back over the last couple of years is just mind-numbingly bad list management, and getting rid of Cox last year when we've got some of these people who there's 3 or 4 people who probably could get delisted at the end of the year, and I'm really hopeful for Steenie, but we don't know. We still don't know whether he's at the level yet. So we need a backup ruckman, and we desperately need a key back.
Yeah.
To help Billy and Darcy, because like Sean makes a good point that like when Billy's not there, Darcy has to be a one-on-one defender, and it's just not his game. It's not his go.
No. Yeah.
Is it?
All right. Speaking of the great one, ultimate greatness, Sean, I've just asked everyone what the result's going to be tomorrow, and to come up with. I'm not sure if you heard all this. And I've been trying to engage in conversation with you guys, and at the same time in the chat with the regulars, to write down all their predictions, and they're coming thick and fast. But I think I got them all. But with you, Sean, what's going to be the score tomorrow, mate?
Yeah, I think we will get the win. I just think we'll start well. Yeah, the whole starting the season with the Giants, I just feel like having that sort of having that not being like the start of the season, I think will be really good for the players. That mental and emotional sort of hurdle will be easier to overcome. And yeah, there's just a part of me that just thinks that there's just a lot of talk from the St Kilda end, and I just don't believe it. Or it's not that I don't believe it. I just don't think they'll come out and play this amazing game. And I think with their experience, like the quality players that we have, I'm sort of torn in between 2 to 4 goals, like around that sort of bracket. I'll say 21 points. Actually, what number's Oscar Steen? That'd be pretty close. Is it 21?
Yeah.
I'll say 21 points.
I said 20. I said 21 points, man. Can you say something else?
Okay. I'll go 22 then.
All right. Give me something that's going to happen tomorrow, mate.
What's going to happen tomorrow? What is going to happen tomorrow?
Oscar Steen late in.
Late in and wins the Brownlow. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Jack Buller will be the one to confirm that having Mycheck out of the squad makes us a far better side structurally. There you go.
Yeah. All right.
That's something, and I don't say that to obviously hang shit on Checkers because he's been an absolute warrior for us. But I think the fact that we're going to have a lot, our key forward line is going to be a lot more taller, and structurally we're going to line up a lot better.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll even add on to that, and I'll say we will. Actually, no, that's because St Kilda are always a really negative team. Yeah, no, all right. I'll refrain from that. But yeah, but basically, Jack Buller will make the supporters go, "Oh, damn, our forward line's a lot better with our Checkers."
Yeah. All right. You haven't given me anything concrete there to put in the vault, Shawnee. But
I'll
everyone in the chat and everyone joining in with us have given us concrete 100% predictions about what's going to happen tomorrow, and you've been really vague. I reckon you're trying to cover your tracks here, mate.
I'll say there's Jack Buller for 3 goals.
All right. Well, Andreas has tipped Buller for 5, mate. That's a big call there.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Wow. What if Buller comes out and kicks a handful?
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like to see it. I'm going the safer route with 3 goals. Are we doing the vault one as well? Are we putting something in the vault?
Yeah. Look, whenever anyone wants to make a big call, just say you want to put it in the vault on the chat as well. I'll try my best to fucking. It's been absolutely fucking harrowing trying to fucking follow the chat and talk at the same time. But I'll do my best. But anything you want to, any big call you want to make, tell me, and I'll write it down. And like after the stream, when I got time, I'll fucking I'll put them all down, and and we'll see who's the best predictor out of all of us at the end of the year.
Yeah, this is definitely a prediction that will go for the season.
Yeah,
but I reckon Ron Steele will be considered in our top 15 best players, and will be a staple in the side come into end of the season. And we won't be talking. His name won't come up in the discussions on who gets dropped because he'll be in that top 15 bracket that's locked in.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. All right. This St Kilda team, man, it's hard to gauge. All right, their midfield looks fantastic. Do you think our short defence, Swoop did a video a couple of days ago where he observed the players training with a short defence. Do you guys think it's going to come back to bite us? Last year, tall forwards were fucking having a laugh against us, mate. We had, unknowns having fucking career best fucking tallies against us, and I just feel like that could happen again, mate. I don't want to see Maynard fucking jumping up, trying to fucking spoil when his fucking game is fucking, being the mongrel in the back line and getting the ball out, mate. I don't want him trying to pick up some fucking monster, Anyway, does that concern anyone?
I'll tell you what concerns me, but it might be the solution, is I think we're too tall on the forward line. I reckon we only need 2 of McStay, Membry, and Buller, because that forward line there looks really good with the 2 talls and obviously Elliott plays taller, but I like it the 2 talls and the 4 smaller forwards. So I think what might happen we might see that McStay goes back if they're starting to be looking too tall for us down there, because I think our forward line is too tall as it is, considering that Billy Elliott plays like a tall anyway.
Yeah. Andreas says something interesting here. Not that one. This one. No. Stop the mids of the Saints, and their forwards will have zero influence. Okay, I'm thinking our starting mids are going to be Nicky, Geordie, and Bo. Do we have enough defensive run out of those three going the other
Well,
way? Because
we know
that can be a criticism of Geordie, yeah? Like running back and, McCreary, look, we've seen snippets of him in the midfield and we like what we see, but we haven't seen a long protracted series of games of him in the midfield. So we who knows what's going to happen, mate.
Who are the three starting there, Mick? You had?
Oh, look, I'm just assuming it's going to be Nick, Geordie, and Bo or Ned Long. Yeah.
Okay. I don't reckon you can have Geordie. I don't reckon you can have Geordie and Bo in the same centre bounce group. You have to swap Longy out for one of those, in my view. Just because Longy's more defensive, and you're going to have one big defensive guy in there, which is Longy.
Yeah.
I think Geordie and Bo are going to rotate amongst each other anyway, forward and centre. What do you reckon?
Yep.
Yeah,
like
I think we need to do that a bit, and also too, I think Bo, when you watch him in a Amy community match, he was tackling like a man possessed. So if we can tackle like that, yeah, we're going to be a lot more dangerous as well. Unfortunately, we're going to be short for this week, but whether or not like Howell and Dustmore will come back next week as well, who knows? But it's only against St Kilda. It's not going to hurt us, for 3 to 4 weeks. So, yeah, I was a little bit surprised we didn't play Steen, to be honest. I thought we would have gone in with Steen as well and have a second backup ruck as well with that. But
So who's going to help out DC? So we're assuming McStay with his injury history. So Buller, does he do the second ruck duties, like just chopping out every now and then?
In the
Terrible
forward,
at it.
It'll be mixed up.
maybe in the forward line. He won't do it outside of the forward line. I can't imagine.
yeah, maybe McStay may.
I said the other day that don't be surprised if they get Longy to do it.
Longy? Oh, yeah, just
Extra
And
midfielder.
Yeah. And having said
probably
that,
going to lose it.
yeah,
Probably going
but
to
having
lose
said that,
the tap, but it's an extra midfielder there at least.
yeah, I reckon DC is good enough to take them both on anyway. But it's just asking a lot from him.
It probably helps the fact that it's the first game of the season too. So like he'll be the freshest he'll be all season. So maybe that's also a factor that we probably need to take into account too.
Yeah. Mello in the chat. You asked earlier, where's Manny? I've got no idea where Manny is, man. He's been incognito for a while, but I'm sure he'll be back soon enough.
Yeah, when I look at that defense, Mick, I don't like it. I think Cochrane should have played for sure.
Yeah. We just need one more tall there. And, a lot has been said about Noah Howes. All right, he's probably not ready, but he's fucking big, man. He should have played each cracky game as a tall defender, man. Sometimes Fly puzzles us, doesn't he?
He's so conservative. Like this was maybe not Steen, maybe not both Steen and Cochrane, but just roll the dice, Fly. Like give Cochrane a game. I didn't think he was too bad against North. He didn't do any huge fuck ups. He was running at 80% efficiency with his disposal, so that was pretty good. And I would have liked to have seen Cochrane get a game.
Especially as well, it does make it pretty confusing when Fly's willing to give someone like Charlie Dean a crack and give him the games that he got. Because I can't remember who he played after Richmond, but he obviously got those games. But then with someone like a Cochrane, I can sort of see it. And really, I'm only advocating for Cochrane just because we don't have Darcy Moore, so we do need the height in general. But that's the thing. If they are sort of going, well, he's just not ready. I guess he is not ready. But again, it's you still need someone tall, like. You know, I mean, but then again, with Collingwood, like we've always had a history of not necessarily like, not advocating, but we don't sort of cater for the opposition, key forwards because we don't have anyone that's that can do like the matchup, I guess. But I mean, there is Frampton, so Frampton's going to take one of the key tools. But then, like, are we backing in, like, because let's think after Frampton, like, who are we looking at? We're looking at Maynard because Maynard's probably the next one to be a key defender. Like,
unless they stay back.
Yeah.
The whole issue last year with McStay was that he was playing too many roles at once. Like, and when he played the majority of the minutes in the practice match, he played forward and he actually looked good. Again, why? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like,
I'm not wanting him to go down there. But we may not have a choice. We may not have a choice. And here's the other elephant in the room. Here's the other reason we should have given Cochrane a game this week is because what's going to happen if Howe and Moore don't come up the week after? They're going to go, oh, we better bring Cochrane in for the first game against, Tex and Tilthorpe and all these guys.
Oh.
That's
Charlie Dean again, mate.
So we should have played him this week just to give him a taste of it. And then if you did okay, well, we've got someone to put on one of those blokes the week after. Don't want to get ahead of it.
I didn't know.
I sort of will say this as well. It would be if we do go down that route and say Moore's not ready to go. Because, I mean, going off fly, it looks like he will be ready to go next week. And I think even judging by his comments, Moore would have played this week if it was a grand final. But just like hypothetically, let's just say he's not playing the week after. Because, I've been saying this for like a long time even, and I know I'll go back to the whole conversation about Reef and Finn as well. I'm always interested to look at even just like someone's confidence levels when it comes to like a Cochrane. If he doesn't play the round 0 but then plays round 1, I'd be really curious to know what his, I don't know if attitude is the right word, but just, the confidence levels, like the fact that he gets the second game, not the first. Momentum is such a massive thing in football, and that happens in game. That happens with confidence through players and things like that. So I'll be really curious to know, because again, what happens if Cochrane again look comfortable in the practice match? What happens if he comes and plays, say, round 1? I don't even know who we're playing, but let's just say like he goes for a marking contest, misses the mark, and his confidence is shot because he's like, well, damn, I didn't play the first game because they didn't back me in. That drop mark sort of like confirms, well, I'm not ready yet. So in his head, he's already at a loss. Like, to me, like that's just, that is sort of where you sort of go, hey, round 0, Cochrane, you're playing fullback or centre-half back or whatever. Yep. Again, it's the art of just being backed in. Like, and again, I keep mentioning like Reef and Finn and stuff, but yeah, like.
And also the mind games of being included in the extended bench and then, no, you're not playing.
Yeah.
What?
And that's especially around with people because he's 19 as well. Like as a 19-year-old, like how many times did you go through life just sort of being unsure of yourself, just as a person, let alone anything regarding football? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, the mind games that would be playing in his head, and again, like then if your first starter is like making 2, 3, 4 mistakes, that's. Yeah, I just feel like that plays a massive factor. And I know we're talking about St Kilda and this week and stuff, but again, it's like that's sort of where my sort of head goes to where, it is like, okay, what do we do in this like scenario where, Cochrane should be playing and, Yeah, but I just saw the Andreas comment. I think when it comes to Cochrane, though, we need height in the back line, though. Like, I think that's what it is, because TJ, especially Ryan's not going to play as that defender to play
Yeah,
on the
he's
key
key.
forward.
He's key size. He's key size,
Yeah.
Cochrane. That's the difference. He's a big boy.
and with TJ technically could do it, but again, it's a massive stretch. Although, mind you, and I made a comment about it in the practice match, TJ looks huge. Like if there was any concerns about his frame, he ain't got those concerns anymore. So he would probably be one that could have been an option, but and yeah, I'm pretty big on TJ as well. I do think he'll definitely come good once he gets some games under his belt as well. But yeah, no, like you can't throw a guy that's like a back pocket player, a half back player, and then throw them on the monster key forward or just key forward in general. You sort of need to go height for height sort of thing, unless if you have TJ that has the leap to go with them. Because Brian's he can't intercept mark, but Brian's more of like he runs off half back and sort of runs and takes the game on. He's not like a key defender.
Yeah.
And the one thing I didn't understand is why did he choose so many midfielders? He put like Steele, he chose Parker, Allen. He should have played like a defender, maybe another, ruckman. I don't get why he chose so many midfielders.
It seems to me his plan is to run them off the park. We're going to outrun them.
That's what St Kilda's game plan is. St Kilda's game plan is to run. So you're playing to their hands of like, we're going to be better at what you do best. That very rarely works out. Like, if that's the game plan, like, sure, if you're prepared and you've done everything you can to beat them at their own game, sure. But like, if you, I don't know. Like, if you're trying to get a spot, like if we go to a local football team, we're trying to get into a team. I'm not going to go play as like a back pocket if that's my worst position, right? But then if I'm if I'm a really good forward, that's the position I'm going to try and go after. You don't. Oh God, there's a saying too. What's the saying? Don't get beaten by. And if St Kilda's whole game plan is about running and all that, you're basically you're betting on the fact that you're better than what another team prides themselves on. So,
but what we do pride ourselves also is not just quick speed in our legs, is quick ball movement.
Yeah.
So good kickers and finding the right option. So I get a little bit concerned with Edward Allen and Longy. Hopefully they win ball and they give it to players on the outside and don't just bomb it with banana kicks and tumble punts into the forward line, because then they'll eat that up.
Yeah. And that's why
the way we run with it, turnovers kill us.
Yeah.
And that's why it's also worry you didn't play like Steen, because you've got TK and Marshall. They're going to kill maybe McStay or Buller.
But it's also Cameron too. Like he also again, I know Cameron's going to go into this game the freshest he'll be all season. That still doesn't make it right to go to have him go get beaten up by TDK and Marshall just because it's like the first game of the season. It's like, I've got $1,000 in the bank or whatever. Well, let me just go spend $1,000. Why? You don't need to.
Yeah. So fucking 24 hours from now, we're either going to be fucking rejoicing or absolutely fucking throwing tomatoes at Fly. Fuck. Just wrap for the season to be back. You just can't beat it, man. The routine of just footy every fucking week. Been fucking hanging for it, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's why Matt is right. This is why Matt's right. You got rid of Cox to play Steen. He don't play him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's painful.
Yeah.
There's our mate Hotkey, Matt.
Oh,
Fucking
Benny.
oath, man. Fucking oath. It's 100% Collingwood chat here, mate. We're not talking about North Melbourne, man. Yeah.
He must have been happy the other week. He must
Is
have been
he known to the
celebrating
channel? Is
players
he?
post-match.
Yeah,
Sorry?
we go on his stream sometimes.
He's got a stream himself,
He's got a good channel.
Benny. Yeah.
Oh,
Good channel.
ripper.
He's not afraid to go the real controversy angle too, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Somebody has to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I do like that. I feel like I go down that route, regardless if it's good or bad for me.
Yeah.
I love how you say your mind, Sean.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It's good. Right or wrong, who cares, mate? At least you stick to it. You know, you're not scared.
Everything I say, I back in. I mean, unless if I'm laughing and I'm like taking the piss, then obviously I'm laughing and taking the piss. But
yeah.
Like 90% of the time, if I'm saying something, it's because I believe in it. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm like the Einstein of AFL and everything I say is going to be correct. But whenever I do say it, like as I said before, that we put in the vault, like I do believe Ronan Steele will be a top 15 player. I'm saying that because I believe it. Whether that happens or not probably doesn't necessarily matter, right? But that's me being genuine, and I'm not going to be fake for anybody.
Hotkey, other controversial channels, mate. You're the most controversial channel out of all of us, mate. But you know, does anyone follow the Sporting Eyes? I like it. Like even though he went the clickbait route when he did a video on us trying to say, "Oh, Collingwood's in trouble this year." Fucking
no good young players.
Everyone does that, but he does good. His other videos, he does good critiques of the contradictions in the media and how they're all just full of shit.
Yeah.
So it's really incisive. Yeah. Yeah, he does sound like a bit like a drone as well. Yeah. But anyway, we talk Collingwood here, mate. It's 100% Collingwood, man. More than welcome to join us, mate. Yeah. All right. So, Betty, are you sitting in the nosebleeds tomorrow?
No, my home and away seats are pretty much down with the cheer squad. Just my away seats, there may be 8 rows back, but I'm sort of in line with the goalpost there. I think I'm like row O or M or something like that. I can't remember. M32.
Yeah.
So down the bottom.
Yeah. I used to have elite seats back in the day, and I had to obviously get rid of them for certain reasons and stuff. And geez, I miss them. It was like M35, I think it was, and it was like row F or something like that. It was just elite seats.
Nice. Yeah, we used to be in the 2000 to 2010s. We were in the N section in the old Olympic stand, now the Shane Warne stand, and the Great Southern stand, and because of the reshuffle of all the seating and all that, we lost them. So I was sitting basically opposite end of the ground as the radio and the TV guys. And they were such good spots, and I was on the end of the row, so I had heaps of leg room. 2 rows from the fence, and on level 2, the fence gives you like a great view. Anyway, I was so brokenhearted when they said, "Look, we're losing that section." They gave us a bunch of options, but none of them were anywhere near as good. Because Richmond had a sook.
Are you what kind of member are you? AFL or Collingwood? Ben?
Nah, Collingwood Legends member, yeah.
But so am I. How come I get fucking shit nosebleed seats, man?
I'll tell you why. Because my dad is a 50+ year member, and so he gets priority when they do the reshuffling and whatever. So he got a phone call from the club, pretty early on, and we just got to tag along with him because our seats are all together.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. All right. How good was it watching fucking Carlton get fucking absolutely smashed?
Awesome.
Unreal. It was just great. It was just.
Oh man, did you? I'll tell you what. I can never get bored of watching Rocco fucking lose his shit, man.
Oh, he's not again.
Yeah, it's been the same thing for
Oh,
fucking 4
God,
or 5
please
years now,
get
man.
rid of Voss. Oh,
Did you see
how
that?
can
They
they
were
get
trying
this
to drop
guy a
Cripps.
job?
Some of Terry's blokes were trying to drop Cripps. The poor bugger had to watch Carlton do that, then have his fan cam say, "Oh, let's drop Cripps." What's he meant to say
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah,
Poor bugger.
mate. I went on that show when we beat him last year. I went on his show and I told him and I said to all the Carlton faithful listening, Cripps is overrated, and he went absolutely fucking ape shit at me, man.
Yeah.
And I remember those guys were saying fucking they were comparing what Walsh had about 2 or 3 good games in a row, and they're comparing him to Nick. Come on, boys, take it easy, man. And now they're starting to talk up this Jagger Smith kid, mate. Come on, I want to see Jagger Smith in a grand final. When the scores are close, fucking take risky fucking kicks to fucking get us out of trouble. See if he can do that, mate. Until then, man, he's just another. He's going to be another messiah for them. They love their messiah players, you know.
Yeah.
Cripper, fucking Judd, what's his name, Murphy. You know, they rely on that one player that wins fucking 28 Brownlows, but they never win shit, mate.
Yeah.
And how good was it to see Bruno kick
the
battles?
awards for the individual, and that's all they'll be until they change.
Yeah. Who else we got here? Who else? Geelong got done as well, huh? Beautiful. It's been a nice round so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm so glad Geelong lost as well. Makes the
Yeah.
weekend even more better.
Did Ollie Henry play?
I find it really interesting with
Yep.
a lot of the games. I don't know how many games you guys have watched, but all the games I've watched, it seems like the first half seems to be in cruise control, and then the second half it's always like the team there's always the one team that gets out of cruise control, and then they just they just go nuts.
Yeah, they're finding their rhythm, especially the first
Brizzy
round.
just did that.
Full intensity.
Yeah,
Brizzy just did that. It was neck and neck, and Brisbane just went bang.
What was the game today?
The silly doggers let them in.
Because I think that played out the same way too. I'd imagine that's just how the season starts off, because people are trying to get their form together, and they're trying to get their footing in the season. So, but I just find it funny how all the games are basically just playing out the same way. I don't think there's been, maybe there has been one game, but I feel like every game's played out the same way, where it's about the same till about half time, and then one team, basically goes into overdrive, and the other team doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah, the doggies were wasteful in the first quarter. It was 9 scoring shots to 4, I think, something like that, and they sprayed it too much. They let him in, and Brisbane will take it.
I'll tell you what, Brisbane picked up fucking Oscar Allen. Who else did they pick up? Another big gun.
Draper.
Fuck.
Not even playing
Fucking
yet.
hell, man.
He's there killing it.
And the nucleus of that fucking team, they're so young, man. It's just, it's fucking scary, man.
Are you guys glad that we got rid of Ollie Henry now, or do you guys wish that he was back at Collingwood?
I don't think anyone wishes he was still with us, Kev. At the time. Look, at the time, I'll admit, I was thinking we just got fucking rid of a gun because he soaked it up. But I tell you what, I don't know. I haven't seen anything special from him since he's been at Geelong.
It kind of depends on what we were turning him into, because it sort of seemed at times we were turning him into a key forward, which he's just not. He's more of a Hoskin Elliott sort of. I remember when he left, I was saying, this is basically like the Steve Johnson of the Cats. He's sort of that, even like the hybrid, like small, tall sort of type of player. But in terms of the way that we sort of played him as like a key forward, and he just wasn't that. So I guess that's probably what the answer is. If his future at Collingwood was to be a key forward, then I'm glad he's gone. But if we turned him into like a Hoskin Elliott or maybe even like a Stevenson sort of type, he could have had a bit more success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has had good seasons. I think his first 2 seasons, he was kicking 40 goals for Geelong each year. So that was more goals than we had for our guys outside of the last season with Elliott. But yeah. I'm
Have you heard? Yeah, go.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, yeah, outside of his first 2 seasons, like, yeah, it'd be nice to have a player to kick 40 goals because, yeah, I think we had Brody kick 30 and I think Bobby kicked 30. So just on that alone, you'd want that because then you're kicking more goals. But
you know, I'm never sad to see people go who don't want to be at the club, and he didn't want to be there, and Guinea didn't want to be there either.
Yep.
Have you guys heard that Steve-O's been shopping himself around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I wouldn't mind taking a punt on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, man. He's probably matured now. He's probably
good replacement for Hill.
Yeah.
Just put him in the forward pocket, forward flank, high half forward.
It's because I actually made this point last year or the year before, and I found it very, very interesting that when it came to Stevenson, we used to be a really good side offensively, and the only reason why we dropped off, when we started that drop off offensively was actually when Stevenson left. Because not only would he kick, say, 4 goals himself, he would also dish it off like 7, 8 times to other players as well.
Yeah.
So not only was he kicking goals himself, so not 4 goals, he kicked about like 3 goals. But then he would get a few assists as well. And he wasn't one to also when he would have the ball, he wouldn't turn it over either. He was very effective whenever he would have the ball in hand. And then he went to North. North played him as a bit of a midfielder, even defender at times too. And I mean, let's just face it, if you go to North, like there's just no structure or actually is he still I think he's still in the chat. There's it's always an interesting debate because like I don't know, I feel like if you go to a team like North or teams around that mark, sometimes it can, especially if you go in there as a second club, like it can be really hard to sort of kickstart your career again. And Stevenson definitely had his issues and stuff when he was trying to do that, but I would take it if it's on just basic chips, like you can't really go wrong, can you? Like if he's on 100K at the club, the only thing that would make me want to sort of take a step back is I feel like maybe a few players might not want him back. Not saying that because I know anything, but because I know you had like the gambling stuff and there was all the stuff during COVID as well. I wonder if the players want him back.
Yeah,
that'd be my only.
You gotta. All right. Can someone correct me if I'm talking if this is not the truth? But from what I remember, it was Howie that told the club that Steve-O was punting, putting bets on, or something like that.
No, so basically what happened with that, so Steve-O basically had a conversation with Howe, basically saying, hey, I'm putting on these bets, blah, blah, like, how good is this? And then Howe was like, dude, like, you need to go to a club right now. You need to, like, tell them, don't even hesitate, stop exactly what you're doing, go to, I don't know, whoever it was, if it was Eddie or whoever at the time. You need to go to these people and you need to tell them straight away. So that's basically what Howe, exactly. That's basically
that same. You would think that same conversation has been had somewhere in other clubs, and they probably just said, "Look, fucking stop doing it, and no one's ever going to know, and it's going to be all good." So it just opened up a massive can of worms that fucking ruined his career.
That's how it should have gone down.
Yeah,
like cut it out. Let's hope just no more. Keep it between me, and then that's it. If he kept doing it, it's a different story.
Yeah. I suppose, like all rumors and shit, we'll never know the truth of it. It's like we speculate on everything, man. Like even the Bobby situation, we don't fucking know what really happened there. Like there could be some part of it that all of us would be fucking surprised about, and he's probably the good guy out of it all. Who knows, man? But I'll tell you, Bobby Hill, man, he's just at the moment he's just in Perth, mate, isn't he? He's just fucking feet up, I don't know, doing whatever, mate,
No,
on
I wouldn't
800 G's
classify
a
him
year.
wouldn't classify him as a good guy.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Matt. We don't know. Like we know,
What he's doing
we
now,
know
I'm not
some,
talking
but
about.
how much
I'm not
really
talking
do we know? You know?
I'm not talking about the event that started it all.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, we can speculate, and people have got ideas and opinions on it. But what he is currently doing to the club now, and has been doing for it's over 6 months now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't stand the bloke.
What really?
Bobby Hill's let down the club and the supporters big time. Because if this was anybody else, they would have been delisted. 100%.
Yeah. Ah, fucking hell.
And the media doesn't talk about it as well. Like we know why. Like,
and if he's on certain things that I'm not going to say on here, then naturally they're going to cover it up. So again, like it's not fair, because if this was anyone else in the workplace, they get sacked for it.
Yeah.
The bloke's on $50,000 a month playing video games or whatever he's doing. He could be feeding the homeless every night.
Yeah.
Great. Still taking the piss.
Yeah. It just earlier this year when he put that tweet out, like someone in the media bagged him, and then he put out some tweet, oh yeah, the haters, I'm gonna prove all the haters wrong, and then like a week later he's fucking gone again, you know. It just
and how much and by the way, how much did, and how much hate did Collingwood legend Tony Shaw get for saying what most people were thinking? He should be traded.
Yeah.
Cut your
And now he's
losses.
holding up.
It wasn't even offensive.
No, he gave his opinion. What's wrong with that opinion?
He happened to say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's holding up a list spot. We can't get anyone in the mid-season draft because of him.
Exactly. We desperately need a key defender or someone like Steve-O, to replace him.
Doggies in front.
Whoa, and also too, right?
No. I turned it off so I could watch it later, Benny.
and also too, right?
Spoiler alert. It's all right. It's all right.
And also too, right? Melbourne told Stephen May that there's behaviour issues, and they told him to basically, you're playing VFL and we don't want you to play VFL, so you might as well retire. So it's just like you've got that situation, and that therefore, like, someone like us could have said, okay, well, we could have used someone like as Stephen May to help out. So again, like, when other club is going to say to Bobby Hill, hey Bobby, are you going to play or you're not? If you're not going to play, we'll just say, all right, we'll just cut our losses and run.
Yeah, they could have given him a deadline, like a friendly deadline. Okay, we want an answer by this point, whether that's start of January or start of February, and then you're going to give us this answer. If it's yes, we're going to plan to have you back in the side 2 months later or something like that. They didn't have to put him on the spot, but say, we want an answer by this time. We think that's fair. Did they do that? We won't know, but that's what they should have done.
Yeah, and it's only fair because, like, at the end of the day, we got a premiership to win, pretty much. So we've got to make sure that everything goes well for us to really win the premiership, and we can't afford to have any distractions.
All right, guys, I'll put it out there. All right, we've made predictions for tomorrow. Everyone, I'm pretty sure I've got everyone's prediction for tomorrow, and everyone's put something in the vault that what's going to happen tomorrow. And some people have made some season predictions. That's where I'm going to go now. Season predictions for Collingwood. We'll just talk it out. Everyone just say it, whoever gets in first. I'll start it off, and I'm going to say that the Pies are going to finish 6th, and we'll make the prelim. We'll finish 6th at the end of the home and away season, and we'll end up making a prelim again. And I'm not confident enough to make a prediction further from that, but I reckon we'll make a prelim again. And I fear that it's going to be the same old shit, that we're going to kind of like limp to a prelim, because of the age of our list, and we've got a lot of players that are injury prone, and we'll limp to a prelim and see what happens after that. But we'll finish 6th and we'll limp to a prelim. That's me. All right, I'll open it up to everyone else. Whoever wants to go.
I think we'll finish first, and I think we'll play Brisbane in the grand final, and I think we'll beat Brisbane.
Good.
I love you. I love you, Kev, man. You're the best.
Good man.
Because everyone's underestimating us. They've done this every single year, and yet we've been top 4, top 2, and somehow, some way, we keep proving these haters wrong.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
What's happened is that the Collingwood content creators on YouTube seem to be buying into the media. Oh, we're going to have a down year. Yeah, it's a transitional year. We're gonna just make 10th and be in the. And I'm like, based on what? Like, what is difference? Oh, we're too old. Are we? We're younger now. And the blokes we got rid of, barring Cox, you guys know how I feel. I think it would be handy to have Cox, but that's it, done. I'm putting my faith in Steenie. But apart from losing Cox, what else have we lost? Hoskin Elliott, he was gone a couple of years ago. Checkers is cooked.
Exactly.
Markov, done a couple of years ago. Who else did we lose? McRae, he was done a couple of years ago, in my opinion. All the best to him at West Coast. And what are we different? What's positive? Okay, so the upgrade on Checkers is Buller. I think Buller is going to be he's younger, he's taller, and I think he'll get his hands on the ball more to bring it down to little blokes. And I reckon he's good for 2 or 3 goals a game. McStay is fit and looks like he'll be better without Checkers in the side. West, I think, will end up being an upgrade on Membry. I think he's going to be in the side by the end of the year. Houston is like a new recruit. It's speculative. He may have another bad year again, but I would say he's more likely to have a much better year than last year. We have a fit Degoe. The last time Degoe had a preseason like this was probably 2018. We've got Harrison. I think Harrison will end up being a gun by the end of the year. We've now got a lot more depth that we had. We're going to have these young blokes, a lot of midfielders who are going to be pushing. I think Longy's going to be better, and I think Allen's going to be better. So, and you want to know what Collingwood's going to look like without 2, because we're going to lose 2 out of Howie, Sidey, and Pendles. Right? Will we agree? It'd be something like that. Maybe all 3 of them. We saw how that looked in the prelim, because we effectively didn't have Howe. He was underdone. He shouldn't have played. And Pendles wasn't there. Yeah. And we nearly beat Brisbane for a couple of decisions.
Geordie did a calf halfway through the game.
There you go. So
basically,
I'm very bullish.
You're saying don't be surprised if we surprise. And that's over the years, that's happened so many times, man. 2022. That was supposed to be a rebuild year, yeah? We made a prelim and nearly made the flag if it wasn't for a fucking umpire.
We were second last, and we were 1 point off a granny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, and that's the thing. Yeah. We always surprise, man. And we should not be surprised if we surprise. Yeah.
And I get called biased because I put Collingwood first in my ladder predictions, and yet people forget that the only teams that match up and can beat Brisbane are your Collingwoods and your Sydney Swans. So what does that tell you? It shows you that Collingwoods are the ones that that play really well against teams like your Brisbane Lions and the Sydney Swans may not win all the time against Brisbane and Sydney, but at least will give a good fight against those particular teams.
Hey guys, sorry, I've got Andreas backstage, so I'm just going to get him on now.
Nice.
Mr. Black and White United, how are you, mate?
Good boys, how are we?
Fantastic,
How you
man.
doing?
Can't wait for fucking tomorrow, man.
Hey, mate.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I just quickly thought I'd jump on just to give you the season predictions. When you said that, I got a little bit excited. I'm like, oh, here we go. I've got
Go
to
on.
quickly get on. I've got us finishing anywhere between 7th and 10th.
Yeah,
I think if we would have get a wild card final at the G, I don't think we're losing that, regardless of where we finish in that wild card round. I've got us making a semi-final this year. I think that's
Yep.
probably realistically where I think we're going to be. But I just got this feeling that if we can turn our season around in reverse like we did last season, where we are continuously falling off the cliff towards the back end of the year. We did it in 2023 as well. We lost a few games towards the back end of the season. And if we can just stop that like the loads of training, all those excuses and everything, and if we can hit the finals in just a little bit better form, you just don't know what can happen. So I've got us finishing between that 7th and 10th mark, and a semi-final, and that's me being a little bit conservative, I think. But who knows? I just don't think that we're going to fall off the cliff like everybody's saying that we will. I don't think the cliff's there, because if we're looking at the Geelong model and how Geelong have done it over the years, which I think is very similar to what we're doing. I think there's only been like 2 years of the last 15 that haven't made finals.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty decent record if we're trying to emulate that and you don't bottom out. And then if you look at our position going into 2027, where we're going to have an abundance of money, we're going to have access to 2 years first round picks like we did in the draft this season, plus the first rounder that we're going to get for that draft anyway. We've technically got, 3 first rounders to fuck around with. So I do think that we're in a really good position moving forward. And if we had to have a holding year, I mean, I think we're used to, playing deep in September, which is great. But if we had a holding year where we just buy our time and then it slingshots us back up to, the next 4 years of contending quite heavily in the pointy end of the season, I'll take that any day of the week. And I think that what you boys were saying just before about, 2022 we finished 17th the year before, and then we were one stupid umpire decision away from playing off in a grand final, which I think mentally we almost had them, Geelong. So it's
We were that close,
just a couple of things can go our way this season, and who knows? We could finish top 4, but I've got us between 7th and 10th. What do you guys reckon?
I'll tell you what I reckon about that. If we were to finish between 7th and 10th, I would be quite happy with that and content if we're in. Yep. If we are injecting a lot of youth throughout the year for whatever reasons, whether it's injuries or Fly decides to really back in the youth and we're finishing 7th to 10th, no problem. But I don't. We really don't want to be finishing down there. We want to be aiming for at least top 6 because we want to be attracting free agents. We don't want to be having everyone saying, "Oh, that's it. Collingwood are done. They're falling off the cliff," and then we can't get people like Butters. We can't get people like Bailey. Zach Bailey, Kingy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bailey Humphrey, he was fucking. He went crazy last night, huh? Do you reckon? Is he
good?
Yeah. Is he available? Like, is he out of contract? Greatness knows all this
contract
stuff.
for like 2 more years or something.
Oh, is he?
2, 3 years. Yeah. So if we're going to get him, we're going to have to trade for him. I'll just quickly look him up, so we can have the context of it.
So while you're waiting, I'll give you my predictions.
Go on, man.
I reckon we'll finish 2, and we'll play off in a grand final.
Yeah. All right.
I don't want to say it, but I think I think it's going to get hard to get over Brizzy.
Mm.
They're so good.
What's happening right now? Let me check. Fuck, Bulldogs are ahead, 7 points up.
2028, he's contracted till.
Yeah.
So this year, 27 and 28. So, yeah.
Sean, where are we finishing this year?
I'll mute that.
Here we go. So, I find this really, really funny because I literally said this a few weeks ago, and certain people have swooped on the idea of the prediction that I made. This year has 2010 written all over it. Not in the sense like we're going to win the flag, but I think this is the year we're going to see a lot of players transition. Where I feel like halfway through the season, first half will be one team, and then we're going to have a completely different team second half of the year. I feel like that's where we're sort of going. Whether if it's like someone like a Swaddling or something like that, probably not, because I think it's a bit too early for someone like Swaddling, even though the numbers are pretty good. But you know, if form is good enough, why not? But yeah, I just really see it just that a lot of the players that will have first half, they'll start playing VFL, and you'll have your Oscarsteins, your Cochranes, and Wests and all that, because once I get the first half of the VFL season under their belts and a bit of confidence, it'll be a completely different team for the second half of the year. And I mean, it's really hard to say if they're gonna be good enough to like win a grand final and stuff, but I reckon we can make top 4, and I reckon we'll probably make a prelim. But it's also on fly as well. But I feel like if there's any year for us to do it, there's just something. There's just a certain vibe around this season where I feel like we're a bit more willing to back in a bit of the kids this year. So, if that's the case, and I think that's definitely a huge sign that Fly is growing as in the sense where he's going to be more willing to take a risk.
Just on that, Sean. Just on that. Sorry. Just on that though. If who would you want to see though out of the kids' debut first? Do you want to see a defender? Do you want to see a forward? Do you want to see a midfielder? Like, what's our need of a young kid to break into the team and own a spot? I personally believe it's more the midfield, like to get that sort of that building development around Nick. But at the same time, I sort of feel like we probably should see a defender because we're going to need that pretty soon. But I'm just not sure. I think with the forward, we can probably hold off maybe a year or two because West is sort of lingering in the background. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it will just come down to form. And I think because we've also stocked up the list for the VFL as well, I think you'll find ball movement. I think you'll find, we'll be having more players kicking more goals. Like we'll have players kick a bag of 5 goals probably every week, depending on who kicks them. Like there was even that VFL bloke that kicked 4 in one of the practice matches. So, and we know that with practice matches, we always don't go 100%. So if we can have someone like a Charlie West, if he plays 10 games, kicks 30 goals in those 10 games, I reckon you could probably say he probably gets like a crack. And, if someone like a Joel Cochrane, if he's, keeping his opponent to, stuff all touches and, can drive some run off half back, he'll probably get a game as well. I mean, the midfielders at the moment I'm sort of blanking on. I'm kind of I'd be really interested to know how TJ goes, because I think this could be a year where TJ could come from out of nowhere, because he's definitely due for a big VFL season. Then you've got the VFL guys to sort of be that sort of experience, and they can show a bit of support with like Will Phillips and. I wouldn't even be against getting someone like Will Phillips in like the mid-season draft as like a midfield.
Well, that's another thing too. Like that's another thing. Like, do you think because our VFL team is so stocked, when we've topped up heavily, like our VFL selectors and stuff like that have gone pretty heavily on getting a side in that seriously should be in some serious contention for the premiership this year in the twos? Is this the seniors turning around saying like, you know, if a mid-season draft spot opens up, are we going to be looking at, you know, a Will Phillips? Are we going to look at an Eddie Ford? Are we going to look at, you know, any of these guys that, you know, have a Tajway Woden, for example, like just the squad players to help boost us up? Or is there someone else that we're looking at? Because I'm looking at our VFL team and I'm thinking to myself, if these guys are desperate to get back on an AFL list, our VFL team is going to be easily top 4 this season in a big competition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I even find it interesting that we gave a job to Charlie McCartan as well. I know it doesn't like cement a list spot on the list, but I just find it interesting that not obviously he's going to be playing VFL and stuff, but I found it interesting how they gave him a job inside the club because like is that like a because I'd imagine other clubs have done it right, but like is that the new wave of you know, getting players like that in the club, but like you sort of need to pay them a little bit of extra on top. So it's like, hey, like go have a job at the club, and so I wonder how much interest there is in that sense, because we do need a key defender. I mean, he's not AFL experienced, but he has played, you know, like VFL for a fair few years, and I don't be guessing his age, so I'd imagine he'd be 25, 26. So that could be a option. And then as I said before, like someone like a Will Phillips would be good. If we have Hill out, then like, you know, if Hill doesn't play and somehow we're able to get him on the obviously when I say long-term injury list, I just to get him in a position where we have a spot because of that. You know, do we go out and get a forward? You know, even like a Stevenson or someone to that effect. Like,
I know it's controversial with the whole Stevenson side of things, but, and I was saying this on my channel the other day, like if you've got someone like a Jaden Stevenson who has done the preseason at Port Adelaide, it's not as if he's coming from, you know, local football doing nothing. He's done a vigorous preseason. He's ready to go. Yep. He's just booted 5 goals for Coburg in their standalone VFL team carnivals. He's desperate to get on an AFL list. I just think it's a no-brainer. Put Bobby on the inactive list, get him fit, get Bobby mentally right, and get Stevenson to come in, and then, you know, you've got a ready-made player ready to go, and you can fill that void. Because now we're banking on players like West and Saxena and Swaddling and stuff like that. Well, not so much West, but like the Saxena, the Swaddlings, you know, to develop fairly quickly. So we've got that small forward, you know, once Billy goes, you know. But if you're not going to play Hill, I don't understand why they wouldn't go for a Stevenson and just bring him in. He's ready to go.
Yeah, I just want to.
You're literally signing a guy.
What's that, sorry?
You're signing a guy on a rookie list. Yeah, or you're signing a guy on next to no money, right? And who's going to give you 110% effort. Your return of value is going to be skyrocket high. You know what I mean? Provided he doesn't get injured, reported, or anything like that, your return of value getting a player like Stevenson in, and it's probably the nostalgia talking a little bit, but if you're getting so much return for the money that you're spending, you can't lose in that situation.
It's a free hit. It's a free hit.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, and you think under Fly's leadership, under Fly's guidance, it's not under the Buckley era, it could be completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Prodigal
just really quickly. Sorry, there's 3 minutes to go in the Bulldogs Brisbane game, and Brisbane are a point up, and Tim English is going for a goal directly in front with 3 minutes to go. It's actually it's a good game, this one, if you guys aren't watching.
Yeah.
Oh, Bulldogs hit the front, huh? Fuck. There you go.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. Mr. Benny Zero, can we have your predictions, please?
Absolutely. Now, I got to preface mine based on the previous couple of years and that logjam up the top. I don't think we're going to be a worse team than last year. Absolutely not. Arguably, we can be better with some of our blokes sort of fitting in a bit more. Like Billy Frampton will only be better with more games, I think. And then there's some other up-and-comers. So I'm going to give you a range between 6th and 3rd, only because you looked at last year and the percentage that played a role in that last round to determine teams' finishing spots was just flip a bloody coin, mate. You know, like Gold Coast losing and things like that. So I'll give you the range from 6th to 3rd. Why not 1 or 2? I just think there's a few teams who didn't finish in the top 4 last year, who have easier draws than us, and they're going to clock up some easy wins and some easier percentage. I think Gold Coast Suns are, for me, I reckon they're almost a shoe-in for a top 2.
They're good, aren't they?
Teams like, they look scary, awesome, mate. And then teams like the Bulldogs, who underperformed last year, will now be able to take advantage of that, and they'll be pushing for top 4. And that's the only reason I'll give you that range. It's not because I lack confidence in our team's ability to get the job done, because I think we're deadly at our best,
Yeah. All right. 6th to 3rd. All right. A few of yous haven't put your balls on the line and set an exact ladder position, but that's okay.
All right, so then I'll say 7th. I'll say 7th.
Yeah, I said 2nd.
Yeah.
I'll give you 4th then, just so it's on paper.
Okay, mate. No worries.
Right in the middle there.
For the people in the chat, look at. I'm just going to comment here. Just comment like I just did there. 6th prelim, and just so I can get it all down, and I can put you to the test. So
Put it on an Excel
Steph,
spreadsheet.
Age,
Put it on an Excel spreadsheet. Put the formulas on. Do what you got to do.
Yeah. I'll do it, and then I'll put it up, and every week we'll look at it, and we'll see who's fucking who knows their shit, man. Because a lot of some of us like to talk it up, mate. Let's put it down for posterity, mate, and we'll see at the end, mate. Who's yeah. All right, so Voidoid 3rd and GF. Bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna fucking write this shit down.
Man, this game's fucking intense, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
How good is it, Andreas?
Yeah,
Awesome.
there's a goal. It's a goal. The difference. There's 1:07 to go, and it's the balls in Brisbane's forward line and boundary throwing, and Dogs are up 111 to 105.
Dogs can't lose.
As long as I don't concede one now, because then you got time for a centre clearance.
Yeah. Do they have the balls to pay they're holding the ball for trying to tie it up? They're meant to this year. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yes.
And a miss.
What happened there?
That's the chance.
Oh,
Handy point, as they say, if you get a quick turnover.
now Dogs have to hold it up.
How much time left?
44 seconds.
44 seconds.
Fuck.
It says you got to play keeping. You got to just play keepings off now.
Yeah, they need to find someone.
See how he went out of the square just then, as he was walking out, just waste a couple of seconds. Smart.
Yep.
Boundary throwing.
I forgot who I tipped for this. I'm pretty sure I tipped the Doggies too.
Did you see that obvious throw Brisbane just did?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Stupid umpires.
Absolute scoop.
That's a throw there.
Paddy Cripps special.
That was yeah. Bulldogs just threw it too.
They just need to get a mark and they've won.
They have one.
Well, shit, Brisbane's going forward.
Wow, that is great.
Yeah, they've got it.
Yeah, they won.
Win.
It must be behind because on the AFL website it's already over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The Brisbane slow starts continue.
Yeah.
There you go. Doggies win.
Brisbane won't care, mate. They're used to fucking, come the
right.
pointy end, they'll be there, mate. Yeah.
If Norton actually didn't pick up the ball when the siren went, then he could have let that bounce through. It would have been a goal.
Yeah, could have seen where it went.
I was thinking that.
What a fucking idiot.
In the chat, Mello, give me a specific ladder position, mate. That's too easy. 4th to 7th. Come on, man.
Mick, I reckon I'll predict anywhere from 1st to 18th. There you go. I've gone out.
At the end of the day, even if we don't make finals, and it's just one of those years where we just sort of regroup and stuff, As long as we finish higher than Carlton, I don't give a fuck.
I just don't see us like even this whole narrative how we're just not going to make final. I just don't see it because like at the end of the day, like you're looking at Ben King, you're looking at Zach Butters. Like I feel like that alone is going to be enough fuel just to be like, hey, we can't be shit. So, and I feel like in terms of players' eyes, if you're not making finals consistently, that's the player will then look at you and go, well, why should I go play for you if I can't bank on the fact that you're making finals or even a prelim every year? Why should I even entertain, going to a side like yours? So, yeah, I kind of feel like we have to make a prelim just to even like entertain, guys like a Ben King and a Butters, especially Butters because Port will probably be bottom 6 this year. So King might be a little bit different, but I guess it depends how much he wants to be out of the Gold Coast. But if they're having the season they're having, maybe he probably wants to stay. So.
Well, if Bulldogs keep on playing like the way they played tonight, I don't think Zach Butters is coming to Collingwood, mate. I think he'd be going to Dogs.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing too. So,
all right, boys, I'm off. Enjoy the rest of your night. You got all my predictions and stuff like that, Mick. And are you going tomorrow night, Mick?
I'm 50-50, man. I've got nosebleed seats and I fucking hate it, man. It gives me the shits, man. I want to freeze my fucking balls off.
Well, if you go, send me a message because I'm going. I don't know where I'm.
All right, yeah, no worries, man.
So just let me know. All right, bro?
No worries, pal. No worries.
Look for my beanie in the crowd, Andreas.
Pardon?
Look for my beanie in the crowd near the cheer squad, mate.
Yeah.
You'll see me there.
All right, son. I'll zoom up.
That's another thing, Andreas. Another thing is, if I'm in the nosebleeds, it's going to take me ages to go down those fucking stairs to have a dart, man.
So then we'll just go standing room. Come standing room behind me with all the piss pots.
That's a good idea, actually. Good idea, man.
If you want to do that, just send me a message and I'll meet you somewhere and we'll just stand and get pissed. Fuck it.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
All right, boys. Take it easy.
I'll definitely consider that. Catch you later, bro.
All right. No, see you, boys.
No worries. See ya. Gentlemen, I've got two guys in the backstage. Sorry if you guys have been waiting long. I didn't notice that. I've got Anthony B, who I remember from last year. How are you, Anthony?
Hey guys, how's everyone going?
Fantastic, bro.
Good.
Fantastic. Yeah, I just had on the Bulldogs game, and my gosh, what a game that was! Fantastic. Yeah, it was good. Good. Nice to have everyone on again for a big year ahead. Yeah.
How did Darcy go?
I didn't see him do much at all, really. I think he got one goal. Was it one goal? I saw him snap one, but nah, not really. But look, it's always. I always think opening round is like I really don't take anything out of opening round. Like last season, I think we got smashed by the Giants, and so like I won't take a lot out of it. But it's been a pretty good round so far. All my teams who I wanted have won. Carlton got smashed. Hawthorn got smashed. So good week. Yeah.
You're right, man. I reckon collectively as Collingwood supporters, I reckon every result's gone our way so far. I think we'd be all happy with the results so far.
I'm loving opening round this year round. So far.
Me too.
Hey, Anthony, I'll get your predictions, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, this season is one of the hardest. Oh, it's so hard to predict, but from what I've seen, so I haven't really paid too much attention, but I've been here. Like I've been here and there. Like I've been tuning in a bit to Swoop Luke and Pies Footing and stuff. So I've seen a bit of it, but I reckon I think Fly is giving us a bit of a slower start. I think we've learned from last season, and I think he is trying to make us peak a bit later in the year. He obviously won't say that, but no, I think it's all very, very deliberate. I think he's rested half the team in both games. I think that was all like a plan to start off fresh. It really can go one of either ways. I think if we're going to come close this season, our team from like round 12 onwards has to be has to be different to our team in opening round. I think that'll be the only way, because I reckon we're going to do a bit of do a little Brisbane run in 24, where they had like Archie, McCarthy in opening round, and then they had Lohman, Morris, Gallup in the end. So I think if we're gonna come close this year, we're gonna see a pretty different team. Allen, Parker, Long, Dimatia. I reckon these guys have to show something, because if not, I think that this season could turn. I think if it doesn't all go right, it can turn bad very, very quickly. It can turn bad. So look, I'm going to predict. I think I'm going to say we're going to finish. I'm going to say fourth. We're going to finish fourth.
Yep.
And how far we'll go? Look, I actually reckon we'll be in there. I reckon we'll be in it, because I think we're going to surprise a few this year. I reckon we're going to be in it. Hawthorn hasn't really gotten better from last year. Geelong didn't get anyone in the trade period. The Giants are pretty injured. So there isn't a reason. I reckon the Crows are going to drop as well. So there's no reason why we can't be up there again. I think we'll do it. But I'm going to say fourth. And I'll tip us for a prelim. I'll say we'll make a prelim. We'll do a prelim again.
Right.
But and I'll go again for opening round. I think people are severely underestimating us this round. I think on paper our team is miles ahead of St Kilda. I think it's more the old list thing, but no, I reckon on paper we're heaps better than St Kilda right now. So look, hopefully we get the win. I'm going to say Pies by 4 goals tomorrow. I think, I reckon we're going to just hammer down. I reckon we're going to hammer it down. We're going to come out fresh, fit, and just get the win. And even if we lose, I won't mind. Like, if we lose, I really won't care, because opening round doesn't matter in my opinion. So we'll probably bounce back. But hoping for a good win tomorrow. Yeah, there it is.
Is there something going to happen tomorrow? Who's going to something out of the ordinary? Someone's going to shine. What do you reckon?
I reckon it has to be Geordie. I think this is his sort of career-defining season in a way. If Geordie just pulls like a massive 22-game season, he'll be one of the greats. So let's say Geordie for 28, 2 goals. Let's do that.
Yeah.
28.
All right. Beautiful. Look at this. MD Melbourne, mate. He's the only one tipping us for the flag, mate. There you go, mate. There you go. That's a supporter, mate. All of us are a bit, tentative, mate. This guy's going straight for the flag, mate. Well done, man. All right.
I think it's mostly on Fly though, is why I'm probably so hesitant, because I think it does evolve for him.
Absolutely.
If he was making calls that were
he needs to get out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm just going to get Adrian in as well. He's backstage as well. Yep. Nice to have a full board. Fucking first up.
We're all back.
Well, everyone's back, mate. Just Manny, mate. Where's Manny? Get off the fucking donkey, mate.
Yeah, Manny.
Fucking hell, mate.
Good evening, Woodsman. Good evening, Woodsman.
All right. I've got it in the chat, mate. You're tipping us by 17, and you've said we're going to finish 6th and make the semis. Am I correct?
I think that might be if we put together all the results, I reckon that sits about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That 5th to 6th sort of area. I think we're not even trying to be overconfident or underconfident. I think that's just most likely scenario, really. Hard to see us dropping. That's the thing. I've listened to a lot of the commentators now, and I think where's the big massive drop off going to come? Really, the only thing I can see us dropping massively is if we get destroyed by injury or something. They got a lot of quality on the park. We got quality on every line. We really just need a few of the kids to sort of step up, take a few of the spots, not too many, maybe just 2 or 3 sort of to cement themselves in the squad. And really, from there, I can't see us going any less than 13 wins for the season, 14 wins for the season.
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't think that's unrealistic at all. And again, like, I forget who mentioned it before, but, also wouldn't surprise me if we just come out and we're, 11-3 to start the year or something. So, yeah, I really don't understand why so many people are writing us off.
It's because it's hatred for Collingwood. It's hopefulness. They want us to do bad, and they're also ignorant. They don't take any notice of what's going on down at the club. We're a bloody good side, and we got rid of older players that weren't really in our best 23 anyway. And what we've got different to this year is we've got a lot more depth, especially in the midfield. So who's better than us? You could argue Brisbane and the Suns, but outside of that, I think we're if we say they're number 1 and 2, we're number 3. We're better than Adelaide. We're better than GWS.
Yep.
We're better than Geelong. We're better than Hawthorn, even though I hate playing them. And they always beat us. But we're a bloody good side.
Yeah. Also, as well,
the
it's
other
actually
thing people forget as well with us is we're such a good finals side, especially under Fly. So again, you look back at the Adelaide game last year in the finals. No one bloody tipped us except for Collingwood supporters, and I don't even think we were being overconfident in tipping us. You just know it's a finals game. We're going to step up, and obviously the Brisbane game, a lot didn't go our way. Injuries during the game, playing a few unfit players. I think the occasion just got the better of us. But in general, we're a great finals team. So as long as we're in there, we're a shot to beat anyone. So really, how far that takes us is, anyone's guess. But we just got to get in there, I think. I think that's got to be the goal this year. Just got to get in there and then see what we can do. We shouldn't have any fear of travelling interstate. So if we have to end up playing someone interstate, so be it. Brisbane and Gold Coast look like they might be the standouts this year. Chances are, during the finals at some point, you might have to bloody go up there and beat them. It is what it is. You just got to get in there and we'll see. But they just got to stay fit all year. Let's be real. We do have the depth in terms of youth, but we don't have real senior footballers in the twos or anything anymore. So really, any injuries, it's just going to be a kid that comes in this year, as compared to last year where you had Coxie, you had Tom Mitchell, you had Will Hoskin-Elliott, even though he played most of the year, but by the end of the year, he was in the twos. So you had senior guys that you could call up if you had to. This year, it looks like it might be the complete opposite. Any injuries, it's going to be a kid that's most likely going to have to replace. So that's where it's crucial. If we have our, best 26 players sort of available all year, I think we'll be fine. I think if we really get hammered by injuries, that's where it's going to, I think we could drop away pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we're overdue for a good season without many injuries. Every now and then you get a season where, injury-wise, it works out for you, and we're overdue for one.
I think so. I think that's right. Yeah, I think. Look, Jordan De Goey is the obvious one. Can he please just play a whole season without injury? We see what happens in 23. Now, I know we're probably not at the same position we were in 23, but can we just get a full year out of him? I'm so sick of the bloody guy breaking down. I just know he's had the full pre-season. If he just plays all bloody year, that solves all the midfield issues over, in one click, because you just chuck him in there every bloody week, you know, and then forward if you have to. But it just solves all the problems of, needing to worry about McCreary, for example, and things like that. If you've got to go, he plugs about 4 fucking holes in one foul swoop. So really been missing him, being unfit. And even when he's out there, he hasn't been fully fit, as we've seen. So I'm just hoping 20 games plus, just fighting fit. And that's a massive step towards us, getting close to the top 4 this year. Because I think the midfield stacks up. I already saw something. Our midfield's like ranked 15th or something.
rubbish.
What are these people?
No.
What are they fucking looking at? What are they looking at? You got Nick Dacos, who top 3 player in the comp. Now I think he's the best player in the comp, but let's just say he's in the top 3 in the comp. Then you've got Jordan De Goey, who again, I don't care what anyone says. The guy's at his best, top 10 midfielder in the comp. So right there, you've got 2 of the top 10 midfielders in the comp right there in a team that won a flag just 2 years ago. So, just need him on the park.
I agree with nearly everything you're saying, Adrian. The only slight variance I've got with it is when we say if we start getting injuries, we've got so many people in the side now who can play midfield. Now listen to this list. There's 8. All of these guys, if it was a centre square bounce in a final, I'd be happy for any one of these guys to be in the middle. Pendlebury, side bottom, De Goey, Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Longy, Lipinski, and McCreary. So there's 8 guys. Maybe not so much bullish on Lipinski. Now, if you bring in the younger players, they don't have. So if you bring in an Anderson or a Prinders or a Swadling, they don't need to go into the middle. They can play on a halfback flank, a forward flank, or a wing. So if we did have a lot of injuries in the midfield, we've got so many guys already in the team who can go into the midfield. And if you do have to if it gets to the stage where we did have to bring in a younger bloke, they can play on the forward flank. Like I'm quite confident that by the end of the year, Swadling will be a permanent wingman in our side. That's how good I think he's going to be. And when it comes to, Andreas was touching on it, where are we going to bring our young guys in? Well, I think our priorities will dictate that a lot. Okay, we need a key back. I think they need to get Cochrane in there as soon as we can. We need to get Steenie in there as soon as we can because we don't have a backup ruckman. We need to know he can do it. And we don't have permanent wingmen. Who apart from Steele, who's our permanent wingman apart from him?
No one.
Well, you're probably
So I think Swadling one day will be an on-baller, but I reckon he's going to find his way onto the wing and will give a good shake of it. A bit speculative. So we don't have a lot of good young guys running around in the twos, but we've got a lot of guys who can play midfield, who can play in other spots in the ground. So, and who, Allen, you've got Allen who can play in the midfield, and the speculative ones are Angry, Swadling, and Printable. So there's so much midfield depth.
Just touching on some of those players you've mentioned. Sorry, Sean. But there's a whole. Go, you go, mate.
Sorry, I was just going to say with Printable, he's also one of those ones where if you chuck him in the middle, I wouldn't be surprised if he. And I'm not saying he's going to be like an absolute star.
I forgot Chris too, by the way. I forgot Crispy in my list.
Yeah,
the forgotten man, Crispy.
Yeah. And then with that Printable and stuff, the fact that he's just so clean. If you have that as an inside mid, and if you, I'd imagine we've all seen him at training and stuff. Like he's such a big boy at his age already.
Yeah.
He is one. I wouldn't even be surprised if, even if it comes down to say Anzac Day, like hopefully Anzac Day we sort of chuck a few in there, just for the big occasion and all this stuff. Like if you chuck like a Printable in the middle for Anzac Day, that would be huge. So. Swaddling would be another one. And, I think Anderson, has also been forgotten by a few as well. Like, I think even with with the way he plays, like, I was watching these grand final highlights in the sample, and the way he just had like the courage to like even take his marks, it was very like Nathan Murphy-esque. If we can have that, around the ground and. it wouldn't surprise me if he even plays on a wing as well. Obviously, you'd like him to play as that inside mid and everything. But yeah, as you're saying, like if he moves to a wing, even plays as that, sort of like hard runner, sort of takes the game on and runs back defensively, takes those like Nathan Murphy sort of like courageous marks. I feel like there's also something a bit there too. So
he could be like a Pants Mullane wingman.
Yes. Yeah.
That's an interesting. It's an interesting prediction, like to ask of everyone, and everyone's got a different name. Like, who's going to be the breakout player out of all these youngsters that we've named? Sorry, I'm trying to read the fucking chat and talk at the same time. Yeah, like Angry Atkinson, Prindable, Swaddling. But then you've got the players that have played there less than 5 games, like your Hazes and all that. It'll be interesting to see which one jumps out and really stakes a claim. I'm tipping fucking Will Hayes, man. I like him.
I completely
yeah.
It just depends if he gets his opportunity, because he'll have his work cut out. There's a lot of small.
Also as well, Hayes played as a wingman in his draft. Like the player I had him compared to was Liam Baker from obviously at Richmond, but he's at West Coast now. But yeah, someone like a Liam Baker that can play on the wing and even throws his head in it as well too. Like, and I think it was him as well. Like he actually had one of the best disposal efficiencies by any wingman of his draft year as well. So, obviously it's going to take time because he's only, I don't know how tall he is. I think he's like 178, somewhere around there. So he's going to take a bit of time to build up that frame. And then, once we do get there and we throw him on the wing, but that's not going to be this season. So,
now, boys, want to know if you can get behind this? The nickname for Hazy that I came up with.
Go on.
Purple.
Is it better than what?
Purple Haze.
I like it. It's better
than Purple Haze on my team.
It's better than Zoolander for Lipinski.
Excuse me while I pass with fly.
It's good to see in the chat. There's a bit of love going on between Hotkey and our friend Anthony. I think they had a bit of a spat a while back, and now they're best buddies in the chat. So that's good to see that the Magpie Army Chronicles brings people together. So that's good to see, mate.
Hey, Meg.
Yeah, mate.
Hey, Meg, I've got a prediction for you. I think
Go on,
Angry Anderson will knock Lipinski and Long both out of the side with Printable.
Yeah? All right. Are you going to put that in the vault, Chris?
Yeah. I've got high hopes for Angry Anderson and Printable.
Yeah. Anderson and Printable are going to kick out Lipper and Longy. Fuck it out. Big
ball. Longy. That's huge, that one, yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know what's happened to Long.
In that final.
Long, for some reason, he's I don't know what's happened to him over like the last few months. So I thought he was going well, but apparently he's fallen off a bit.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony thought he was best on in the North game, and I thought he was pretty good. I wouldn't say best, but he was close to it. Look, Longy brings. He's just the way he can get the ball, and he can't be tackled. So to have a guy in the middle who is such a great tackler himself, and when he gets tackled, they can't pull him down, and he finds a handball. And I think that's really underrated what he does.
Yeah, he's just a big boy, and he's damn aggressive. Like, if you can have that as an inside mid, like it's a pretty good combo.
Anthony did a really good video on Longy, and it's not just his disposal, it's his decision making. And he really needs to fix up both of those, and wherever he can, get it out to a better user. And when he does have options that are an easy handball forward or out to the side, he's just got to give it. And if he can start to do that better, he will become a really good player.
Yeah.
Just work within his limitations. That's all he has to do. Longy, this is your job. Get it out to Nick, get it out to DeGoey, and when you see an option that's better than where you're at, give it off. And don't bomb it.
Yeah. Look, it's frustrating sometimes with him. Yeah, like he's got no left foot, and he just those kicks off those check side fucking short passes that he does. But he's been look. What a revelation he was, man! That string of games at the start of last season, man. Where did he come from? I know, Matt, you're going to say you backed him from the start, but I don't think many of us had him listed there when he was named in that first game. But he was a revelation, and like you look through the history. There's always these players that they're late developers, but they become fucking absolute guns because they're good learners. And he's a smart kid. He's one of those fucking brainiacs. He went to fucking some big fucking private school or something, and he studied, I don't know, law or some shit. He's a brainiac. So people like that, they can absorb all the advice that's given to him, and you never know, mate. He could become an absolute gun. He's got the attributes. I wouldn't put it past him.
Have you heard him interviewed? Have you heard him speak?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very well spoken. He's very humble. He's just a well-rounded bloke, and there's no way he was going to fit into the culture of Hawthorn because he's not a complete wanker. So good fit for Collingwood, though.
Yeah. Do we buy into the thing this year? There seems to be a bit of chat going on that it's either Long or Eddie or Ed Allen, one of those two.
No, can I comment on that?
Go on.
I think they're different players.
Yeah.
I think Allen has a lot of improvement to do, but he can burst. He has got pace. Apparently, he's one of the quickest guys on the list, apart from Bo. And I think he can be more of an outside player, but he can also be insider. Long is purely inside, in my opinion. I just think they are different, but at the same time, they are sort of competing. So what Allen needs to do is show that he can do more on the outside. He can burst inside 50. He can hit targets, with good kicking. If he can't, then yes, he is competing with Longy, but he can be a different player. I think he showed a bit that he has been.
Yeah. Ed Allen's my tip to have a breakout season. I'm putting that in the vault. He's just. It's got to happen. It's this year. It's got to happen, and I reckon. He's got the pedigree. His old man was a gun. I'm sure his old man will be in his ear saying, mate, you got to turn it on this year, mate. Fucking no more of this in and out of the team, mate. Establish yourself.
We want him in the
make
midfield, don't we?
One of his bad habits, this is one of his bad habits he's got to get out of his game, is he does long handballs to a contest.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong getting a long handball if it's out in space in front of a Bo McQuarrie or a DeGoey, but these handballs to a contest, no.
Yeah.
Also, Longy
does it too. Longy does that as well.
50.
Yeah.
Our VFL team, look, it's a tantalising prospect. That it just looks really good, doesn't it? Like more than last year, I'll be looking forward to watching these VFL games more often this year. Just the breadth of talent there. Now, this could be a thing about not being aware of other teams. Like, am I right in thinking we've got a very talented VFL list?
On paper, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I can't wait to see how this McCarthy kid does.
He looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah. He kicked 3 goals in that.
Beautiful mark.
Yeah. A mobile tall that that's what you need for the future, mate. He could.
As soon as he puts some size on, like it could be as early as next year, possibly not this year. As soon as he gets a bit of side, he is going to be really good for us.
Yeah,
like
because
as a-
especially
as
in
a
the
forward
Chiefs,
or a
like
release
he
player.
had nothing on his frame, but he'd always find a way to kick 2 goals. Yeah, like I've basically sung his praise. I was singing his praises all season last year. Yeah, especially during like the champs and stuff, because like he had no right to play the way that he was playing and stuff. He was even like the third ruckman, like in the side, because you had Cooper Duff, Tyler, and then Emmett. And then he was like basically the third ruck. So there'd even be times where he'd basically be a ruckman that would go forward even at times. And yeah, he just always just in games, like whenever Vic Metro needed a goal, he always got it. His only issue is his frame. Like once he gets going and he bulks up and stuff, yeah, completely agree.
Hey, my theory on the reserves is the powers that be have sat around and they say, okay, what have we had in common when we've won premierships? I can't really remember 23 so much, but I know that in 2010 and 1990 we had really good reserve sides. So when especially when you've got young players, you want them to be playing in a successful team, and also when you make the finals, you want your VFL team to be winning and in finals, because you're going to play much better. If you're a Prindle or a Swadling or an Anderson or a McCarthy and you're part of a really successful reserve side and you know how to win, it's much easier to transition into the ones, isn't it? So I think that's what they've made it a side effort. We need a good reserves team. Get these guys used to winning and be there when we make finals. The reserves are playing finals too.
Yeah, that was a feature of Richmond's dynasty. Their reserves were winning flags as well. So that there was a lot of pressure on their, on the list, on the fringe players just to get the job done, and that's what helps the seniors, win as well. One head-to-head between two players that is going to be interesting this season is Membry versus Charlie West. And I reckon Charlie was a big stiff not to get selected this match, man.
Yeah, that's fly. That's fly.
Yeah, he's just gone conservative. But I'll tell you what, if Membry doesn't perform in the first few weeks, you just got to put Charlie in, man. Because
I definitely want to throw this out there, and I have been saying it for a little bit. When it comes to Tim Membry, as much as I do like Tim Membry being the side because I think he can add value, I was sort of thinking I think it was a few weeks ago, that why can't we throw like a Jordan De Goey in that role? Because like they're about like the same height, and with like De Goey, especially because we've gone into seasons when he hasn't proven that he's like a full-time like midfielder, and if we have him as that forward like throughout the season, and then when it comes to finals he'll be fresh, ready to go, then you chuck him into the middle. I feel like you could essentially take like a Tim Membry out, even put him in the VFL, let him like teach like the guys in the VFL like your McCarthy's. Obviously West will probably be in seniors, but let's just say for story purposes he teaches West as well. I feel like that could be, in terms of the club moving forward, I feel like that could be better, because you could, again, have Jordan De Goey in the Tim Membry sort of like role, and then when you need him in the middle, you can throw him in the middle, but have him predominantly as that forward. Because when he was coached under Buckley, he kicked, 48 goals? So I think it was just short of 50 goals in 2018, I think.
Oh, yeah, he's got great forward craft.
He's a star at, and he's good on the ground, because I think we're too tall on the forward line on that team on paper. I'd much prefer to have De Goey in the forward pocket than Membry.
Yeah, and with Membry, I love.
Can Membry go back? By the way, can Membry go back?
They tried it, but it wasn't. I don't remember it being.
He's not tall enough, maybe.
No, he's only 186 for Membry. He's not tall at all. What in terms of key forward like height?
Oh, there's Manny.
There he is.
Hey, Manny.
There he is.
You finally got off the donkey, Manny. Fuck it, hell, mate. Jump on and tell us how it is, man. what was I going to say? Look, with Membry, look, I love the bloke. I love Skunk. I love the fact that in the off season he goes off the grid and goes fucking deer hunting and shit. He's a real man's man.
I think he
but
does with Pez as well. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, I
him
think
and
so.
Pez go on like fishing trips and stuff.
Yeah, they go off the grid. They don't even take their mobile phones and stuff. And
Freedom tough down in Gippsland.
Yeah, but the thing is that prelim, I cannot forgive him for that, for trying to pass it to Jamie. I know Jamie was probably calling for that ball, but you're 40 metres out, bro. It's a perfect night.
Bread
You
and
go
butter.
back, we pay you the money just to kick that, man, and put us within a goal, and we're fucking almost in a granny, mate. But instead, it was a fucking total balls up, mate. Yeah.
We're so close. If Pendles play, we win that game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Imagine, when they kept all those forward stoppage goals, we just needed Pendles down there to just calm them all down, make sure people are manned up. You can't have that many forward stoppage goals. And Pendles on the ground that night would have been different. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
We'll never know. We'll never know. But God, he would have been handy.
Of course, yeah.
Mm. Yeah, like the whole preseason. Really, like everyone's saying it's Lions and like Lions clearly, but I honestly reckon the gap isn't that big. Like Lions last year lost to Geelong, beat a pretty sore Gold Coast, and probably almost lost to us as well. And then so I reckon the actual gap isn't as big as people say it is. I think if we play our best footy, I reckon we can definitely just give it a shot this year. Yes, it's gonna need some luck, but I don't see why we aren't ready to go again. Yeah.
But it's also on the fly as well, for making sure that we're also looking after our players too. Like if you have a Pendlebury that's a bit sore and stuff, like make sure we rest him.
Yes.
Like let's not focus on like, oh, he's got to get the games record. Like fuck that. We're here to win flags. Like I don't want to be Carlton.
Same with Crispy.
Yeah, and like another one, like these whole individual awards. If they get them, fantastic. I'll clap them and I'll applaud them all the same. But like, let's not like sort of cater to those awards, because the only awards we should be focused on is winning flags, because that's really what we're here for, really, at the end of the day. Because I don't want to be like Carlton, and I don't want to ever be associated with anything Carlton do. And all they do is they go after individual awards, and look at where they're at. Certainly know where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm fucking spewing. It looks like it's going to be the Hawthorn game where Pendles breaks the record. And I've booked a trip to Japan, and I'm going to miss that fucking game. I'm going to miss Anzac Day. I'm not going to miss him. I'll watch him in Tokyo. There's this bar there, the Aussie bar, where everyone goes to watch the footy. But the Hawthorn game, I'll probably be fucking on an aeroplane, man. Fuck, spewing.
That's when I'll be in Australia then. Those two games.
All right.
Can I use your seat?
Would we do like a little bit of a I don't know what it's called, but like, because I'd like to make a prediction. I don't think the milestone game happens on Hawthorn. I think he misses one game till then.
I think he gets rested. I agree, Sean.
Yeah, because I don't know. To me, like playing Canterbury in a Hawthorn game just doesn't feel right.
It'll be the Geelong game.
Yeah. If that's the game after, then I reckon they'll probably rest him at one game at some point before then.
Yeah, 5-day break between Anzac Day and Hawthorn, is it?
Yep, that'll be the
Thursday night game, the Hawks game.
Yeah, you can tell they always fuck us after the Anzac Day, don't they? We always remember a couple of years back, it was like we had like a fucking 4-day break or something. We had to go up to Adelaide, and we still won the game,
But then they thought it was okay because, like, the other, like, apparently the alternate week we had, like, something like 12 days or something. So it's like, oh, but it makes sense. No, it doesn't.
No, they do it on purpose. They're sitting around, okay, who should we put Collingwood up against after a 5-day break? Hawthorn!
Yeah, our bogey team.
Because all of the AFL executives will
be Hawthorn. But it's not even like our bogey team. Hawthorn... I don't know about you guys, but like Hawthorn seem to be that sort of like hitman, like sort of team where it's like if the AFL need to, I know to like take out a side, it sounds way too extreme, but like, yeah, I feel like the AFL do sort of use certain clubs as that sort of thing where, when it comes to like Hawthorn, especially when they play us, they love to just beat us up. And I think the AFL know that, and I think the
And they
AFL
can get away
use
with
that.
it too.
Yeah. I'll still say this. Like, I still think that James Blank on Dacos hit, I still think that was intentional. I think that was a play from the start. Like this, like I still feel dirty about that because I just think that it was a ploy from Mitchell from the start, and
I can't stand Mitchell. Isn't he just a?
Especially he's just got such a shit-eating grin as well.
He's just a shit cunt.
Had the AI work out for him today. Didn't make a match play for him, a game plan.
How cringe was Mitchell after that Port Adelaide Hawthorn game when the whole Ken Hinkley and Guinea thing, his press conference.
Yeah.
And he basically tried to play the victim card basically.
An older man.
Yeah.
Manny, jump on, mate. I'll put the spread.
Hey, Mick and guys, I'm probably going to jump off myself. That was a good chat tonight, but I'm going to go get some shut eye for once. Otherwise, I'll be stuck here till 2.
Have you got Monday off, Benny?
I do, yeah. But I'm taking the family down to the lake to have a bit of fun because it's meant to be a bit of a hot one. So I'll have a swim and relax, hopefully with a big smile from the night before, eh?
Yeah. No worries, pal. Good talking to you, and I'll try and catch up with you tomorrow. Talking
done. Hopefully,
you and Andreas has convinced me I'm going to the game now.
All right, sweet. Get there, mate.
Yeah, I'll be there now for sure. All right,
and
pal.
we won't declare anything at half time this time, all right?
yeah, I know. No halftime predictions at the Smoko area.
No. All good. All right, catch you guys. Awesome.
See you, mate.
See you, Ben.
See you, Ben.
Pendles. Interesting to see what his role is going to be this year. He's another one is sorry. I lost my train of thought. Nick Dacos. All right, I saw something in the State of Origin game, which was the way Chris Scott played him. Did you guys notice that he played Nick as more like a half-forward flanker in the first half, and then in the second half, when the opposition mids were fucking out, tired, he put him in the middle and he fucking went nuts. I reckon that's a good idea, man, because he's tricky up forward. Played more forward in the first half, and then in the second half, let him fucking run riot, mate. Maybe it's something to think about. Because I noticed that and I thought, fuck, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely an option for sure. Because, if we can get a fresher Dacos for the second half of the game, that's only better for us, and it also gives someone another mid an opportunity to play in the actual center and play as a midfielder. So, yeah. I'd definitely be for it.
Yeah.
I was watching Long's draft highlights as well. There was even some footage of him in his draft highlights where he actually was playing as a key forward.
Yeah.
What's stopping us from
key forward size?
Yeah, and what's stopping us from him doing like a Dustin Martin where he goes and plays in the middle and then he goes, "Hey, you. We're going down to the goal square. You're taking me on." You know,
why not? That's what I think about Ed Allen and Ned Long. You know, find some other ways to be pickable.
Yeah. Especially with Long.
They're such big boys.
Draft highlights, he actually does it. And he's uncoordinated as anything, which is funny to watch when you watch his draft highlights. But every time he's kicking the goal, he's obviously kicking goals and everything. And yeah, so it's like uncoordinated as anything, but it's just but it is effective when he does it. So, and again, not saying you need still for the whole game to be a key forward, but yeah, if there's like 10 minutes in the game, 5 minutes in the game, and you need to throw someone into the middle or you just need to give long rest instead of throwing him on the bench, chuck him in the goal space and just see what happens.
Yeah. There's always every season. There's always that surprise positional change that makes us all think what the fuck's going on here. But it'll be interesting to see.
He's a big boy and he's 194 centimeters. Like that's
Like I know his field. Like Rick in the chat says he can't kick, but I don't know. I've noticed that kicking for goal, a set shot, he usually dobs them nib long.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's highlights, so it's obviously it'll show his best kicks. But he is that guy where he looks so uncoordinated. But he's just one of those guys. He looks uncoordinated, but it's not that it hits the target every time, but it hits it a lot more often than you think. If that makes any sense.
He's an okay set shot, and he's okay when he's doing short field kicking, but he's just too often bombing it and going for these bananas. So you're always going to look like a bad kick if you do that.
Yeah, well, every time he marks it and he's 40 out, do we see him this often? I don't think. I feel
no, he's a decent set shot.
Yeah, so it's an option.
Yeah. Who else we're going to talk about? I want to talk. I want to talk about Harry Di Mattia. He's like, if we had a whipping boy list, he'd probably be up there now. He's just asks for it with that long hair and the fucking shit disposal. Can he surprise us and fucking come good?
It depends on his
I don't
position.
think so.
If he plays in the middle, in the first VFL game, I reckon I don't know if he'd be like best on ground, but I reckon he'd probably be in the top three to top five players on the ground. And then if he builds on them, then who knows? But that's the thing. I don't even think he'll get a spot in the midfield because, again, it's like, is he taking a spot away from Anderson? Hell no. Is he taking a spot away from, even like a Phillips? Like, I feel like they'd prioritize Phillips over him. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, who, like, if he's playing midfield, who would it be of the expense of, and would they do it? And I'd probably say no. So I reckon he plays that sort of that dead position where he plays like half forward or they probably might even throw him in like the back pocket or something. And it's like one of those things where it's like, he's already been told and he plays the second half knowing he's already cut.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Fuck, back pocket.
If you're a midfielder forward and you're playing back pocket, you're done. You know the right.
Yeah.
I think it was Bianco. A few years back, like he was playing back pocket, and that's when when I was seeing him play back pocket, I was like, yep, there you go. I know what time it is.
That's right, hotkey, mate. We're all diehards here, mate.
and we wouldn't want it any other way.
Oh man, imagine being a North supporter, man. Fucking hell, mate. Fucking, you had that era in the late 90s, and then fucking Wayne Carey decided to do what he did, and just fucking the whole place came crumbling down, mate.
I wouldn't mind his opinion on Clarkson, actually. That might be interesting because I feel like a lot of North supporters are either for him or against him. Like I feel like no one's in between when it comes to North supporters.
What do you think of Clarko Hotkey? I think he hates him. Yeah, he hates him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah, it's like it's either sack him or sign him up for another 5 years.
Yeah.
There's
look, man, you never see a coach fucking do well at two different clubs. It's fucking rare, man. You see it, and it happens all the time. They always get another job after they've had their dynasty with someone, and it never works out, man. There's a Malthouse did it, Barassi back in the day. But these days, you see him get another job somewhere, and it rarely works out. I've got Essendon for the spoon this year. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I was actually kind of thinking that I feel like we're gonna get a new team for the spoon.
Yeah.
I don't think West Coast and Richmond are gonna, improve dramatically, but I just have this like feeling that, yeah, I feel like we're gonna get a different team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was even saying a few months ago, I could even see Carlton be in the 4 as well. Like I could see them like having a
In
really
the bottom
bad
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carlton's their midfield, they're just hackers, mate. There's no good ball users. And how good was it to see Curnow fucking do the guns, mate, against his old club? I didn't even know that game was on. And in the morning, I just checked my phone in the morning and I saw the score and I'm like, fuck, this is the best news, man. Fuck.
It's actually funny because quarter time, you only touched it like 2 or 3 times. So you had all these Carlton supporters being like, oh, see, it was the right call. He's shit house, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to kick 3 for the game.
Yeah. Well, Mackay did fuck all.
Yeah.
They're going to regret that, getting rid of Curnow for Mackay. They're going to regret that.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of depends though, because I feel like they're probably going into a I feel like they're just going to put a TNT on the whole list, which I don't know why, because it felt like they were getting somewhere.
Blow it up, yeah.
Yeah, because even what was their list manager during it was around the trade period or draft, and they were talking like, hey, like we like really want to prioritize the draft and blah blah. Like we think pick 3 is gonna, no, sorry, it was the year before because it was the Smith pick.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just the way that they were talking. It was like, this is a really strange way to be talking, especially when you guys were like, making finals, not every year, but it seemed like you guys made finals and it seemed like you guys wanted to be there for a bit. And then just all of a sudden there was talks about, oh, yeah, pick 3 sounds really nice. Like, does it? This just sounded so off to me. And yeah, now that they've got, what's his name? Harry Dean, Cody Walker's going to be a top pick. So if they completely tank it, which they have done before, regardless if Carlton supporters like it or not, that is in their history. Yeah, they've got to get Cody Walker somehow. So
yeah.
I will say this though with Harry Mackay, I reckon if he was at a club like say like a club that's consistently a top 6 side, I reckon he would have had a much better career.
Yeah, he gets shit service. And that was the problem with Curnow too. That's why Curnow used to always get frustrated, mate. When you got fucking Cripper, who they think is one of the greatest players ever, but can't fucking kick for shit. Hewitt, he's another hacker. Walsh, who they compared with Nicky Boy for about 3 weeks, and then he shit the bed.
Yeah, I just think with Mackay, I think he's just mentally and emotionally just so screwed in the head. But I think that's just I don't want to say it's like, oh, that's just what happens when you're at Carlton, because that just seems a bit too far to say. But like, I think when you look at the culture and you look at like how that's all played out, like even like Curnow, I've been saying for years that Curnow needed to be a third tall, like they needed another key forward. And now that, I mean, not that Sydney have much better forward line, but I think Harry Mackay is definitely suffering more because of the environment around him rather than himself personally. Because I do think he is a very good footballer, but because the fact that he's at Carlton and how Carlton operate, I think that's what's cooking his career, not necessarily his talent.
Yeah. The reason I said Essendon for the spoon, I work with some Essendon supporters and they're just so fucking pessimistic with the way things are going. They all hate what's his name, Brad Scott. They've lost Draper. They got Merritt there who really doesn't want to be there. the captain that tried to fucking leave and they had to, keep him, Yeah. Would you guys be pissed off if we don't make the 10? It's the top. I can't believe it's the fucking top 10 now.
Yeah, absolutely. How can we live in a world where if we don't make the top 10, we would walk away happy?
But
we're here to compete.
But I'd only be happy if we missed the top 10. I'd only be happy if it was as a result of a injury-riddled season and all those kids that we've been talking about have had a run and they look good.
100%. 100%.
Do you really think Fly would do it though? If the season's going that shit, do you think Fly would play the kids?
Well, if the season's done by 3/4 of the way through, you'd have to throw them in, man.
You'd like to hope so, but it is Fly we're talking about.
Yeah.
See, Fly, he's got the flag, he's got the 2 prelims, but we're a very
You'd have no
we ask
choice.
for a lot. Us Collingwood supporters, we expect a lot, man, and this thing about resting players is just it destabilizes seasons, man. And even the game plan, like, let's face it, man, the 2022 and 2023, we fucking snuck a lot of games by fucking less than a goal, just playing one quarter. And that's not feasible, man. You need to fucking smash teams, mate. So he's got the flag and the 2 prelims, but the jury's still out, man. I'm serious, man.
We should have won at least 2 flags. We botched. So you got Hotkey, a North Melbourne fan. He gets his Collingwood info from the media. I know he says he doesn't, but most non-Collingwood fans, they think McRae is amazing. Yeah. And he botched 24, and he botched the end of last year with selection and doing dumb things.
Say my take on this?
Go on. Yep.
I think we not only did we screw a 3-peat, but also we basically created the Brisbane monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have won back-to-back at least.
Yeah.
Like, look, kudos. You got to give kudos to him, yeah? 2022, we weren't expecting much. We almost got there. We've spoken about that. You can't ask for much more than that. But that's the thing that we're talking about, We've had the chances to fucking win one more at least, And
2022,
even in 24 though, we were so even going to the preseason and stuff, and the fact that we came back late. When the preseason started, there wasn't that many people that came back day one when normally that would be the case. Everyone just seemed content. The fact that they'd won the flag, it just seemed like they didn't really want more. I believe even the side even said that they didn't. It took them 2 months or something like that for them to actually strap in to actually just to get the season going, and by the time that's when they started to take it serious. That's when it took them again another month to 6 weeks for them to actually kickstart the form. And then that's when after the Geelong game, that's when we sort of had because I think that was the last loss, and then we went on a roll to have that really good patch of form towards the end of the season. But I just don't think we were switched on. Once we won the flag, it was definitely a hangover for sure. And then the year after was just as bad.
No, here's the thing. This is why I think Collingwood supporters are happy with not winning premierships. It's because they listen to the media saying how shit we are. Then when we make a prelim, they're like, wow, hang on, Kane Corn says we were shit. We made a prelim. Wow, what a great effort. And he's not a great coach. I'm sorry. He's a decent coach, and I'm so thankful for the season, the 2022 season. That was a great effort, making a prelim, but he got handed a bloody good list. They were sick of bucks and great effort with the premiership. But since then, like when you have the media saying Collingwood are they're just shit, they're too old. Then when we do well and make a prelim, we just know we could have done so much better. To not make finals in 2024, and that was just so much crap at the selection table. And then last year when Fly put his foot in it and publicly said, "Oh, well done, we've qualified for finals."
Yeah, that was the worst.
What happened?
Oh.
What happened after that? That was one of the biggest stuff ups. That was just arrogant, and it came back to bite us.
And just things like, selection stuff, like, Charlie Dean over Frampton while Frampton's in the reserves.
Prelim. What about the prelim? We played Howe and Mychek when we had fit players ready to go.
Yeah.
And lost it at the selection table. Checkers was cooked. Howie was not up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with some of his comments, you know how he likes to say fit to perform and fit to play or whatever the fuck.
Selection integrity. He's always going on about selection integrity.
But he still played Geordie that was not fully fit, even though it was worth the risk because we were dying to get Geordie back. But he went against his credo there. So
great coaches win 2 or 3 flags in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, they win the first flag and they say, no, that's not good enough, mate. We're going to win back to back, mate.
Non-Collingwood supporters think he's a really nice guy, and they thought, wow, Collingwood are shit, and he won them a flag in 2023. Where Collingwood supporters like us said, no, we're a bloody good team. We should have won 2 or 3 flags in the last few years. And we missed opportunities. They're hard to win. So
yeah.
Especially as well, I don't know if you guys agree with this. Like, I it's not that I don't rate this Brisbane side because they're obviously very good, but I just don't believe this side is as good as winning 2 premierships in a row, potentially even 3 premierships in a row. Like, I just don't see it. Like, if you look at even like all the previous teams, like, are they really stacking up with like the Geelongs, the Brisbanes, the Richmonds? Like, are they really stacking up with those sides?
But look, we nearly beat them with a cooked Checkers, a cooked Howie, and Pendles, who was out before the game started. Exactly. And we nearly beat them. So there's a lot to be said for you here. You know, there's a team of champions and a champion team, and we are a decent team. We don't have many so-called A-graders, but doesn't matter. We've got guys who can get the job done. But when selection and in-game coaching screw with you, then you're fighting against yourself.
Yeah.
Gets me worked up. But it'll be interesting to see. Like, let's say we botch tomorrow, and it's like the last couple of opening rounds. Crispy doesn't go near it. Lipper's not near it, and we get absolutely done. Or at some stage this year, we start to really, we're just not there. Will Fly start to go, righto, I'm going to give you a rest, Sidey, or I'm going to give you a rest, Crispy, and I'm going to bring in Prindable, or I'm going to bring in Anderson. Will he do that? He should.
It's going to happen at some point, but it's. I think it's more a matter of when he does it. I don't think the question it's when he does it. Like if you have a Lipinski, if he shits the bed for the first 4 weeks, does he then go, okay, no, such and such player comes in, or like whoever else shits the bed, okay, no, this player's coming in, Is Fly going to do it? If someone shits the bed, is Fly going to make that change around 4 or 5? Who knows? But you like to hope somewhere around like post the MSD, you would like to hope that it's a completely different side, because I do think the transition is coming, but it is one of those things where if you have players that aren't performing. Like these guys are good enough to be playing, especially if they've got the momentum in the VFL. And if our VFL side, if they are a top 4 side in the VFL, that is going to go a massive way, because not only are people not going to fall away in form because they're just bored because they're playing in a bottom 4 side, but then they're going to keep the hunger and they're going to keep sort of, they're going to keep up the effort because, at least the VFL season's like, that season's going to mean something if they're still there. So,
Voidoid, spot on. What's happened in the last couple of years? We stopped that run off half back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Slow down a lot. Yeah.
Even that the first half of last season, how good did we look? Are you going to tell me every other team worked us out in the second half of the year? Impossible, man. Something went wrong, mate. I don't know what it was, but we were just running off the park.
We made finals in round 15 or whatever it was. Oh,
Yeah.
we made the finals. Fly said we made the finals. Cool,
Yeah.
let's chill. Turns out we hadn't, because 14 wins wasn't enough in the end.
Yeah.
Well, especially was it round 2 we played Sydney in 24. I went to that game and I saw the flag unfurled and everything. And during that whole game, if you guys remember how much of a shit show that game was, I literally walked away just thinking, why the fuck are we playing with the game style of Bucks? Like, it was so defensive. It was so, negative, because previous years, like to 23 and 22, Fly didn't care if we actually made mistakes, because Fly was, looking at it going, hey, if we make mistakes, it means we're learning. We're getting better. When next time we have the ball in hand, we know, okay, I'm not going to make that choice because last time we screwed it up. I'm going to see if there's a better option out there, and then let's let's sort of play the percentages and see what happens.
Do you think that's got something to do with Houston not wanting to bite off kicks? Because it seems that Will Parker was the only bloke across half back who would try and bite off a risky kick through the corridor.
But that's the thing. That was across the whole team, mate. If you
that's what I mean. Will Parker was the only one.
Everyone was taking. Everyone was daring. Everyone was aggressive. Even, as much as I know that, as much as I back in the choice of not playing no board finals, at least he was one of the guys that would take the game on and would take the daring kicks. And maybe you could even create the argument that maybe Noble was the trying to think of the word, he was the vessel to sort of encourage the risky kick, because he was the one doing it. So he was setting the standard, setting the example. So then when you had someone like a Noble doing it, then a Darcy Moore was doing it, and such was doing it as well. So as much as I think it was a good call trying to get him out of there, that is one thing he did really well, was that when it did, when the target was hit, it was such a massive payoff.
More too, it's like 22, 23. Moore used to just kick some massive bombs, like right through the corridor, like massive bombs, and hit them every time. I don't know where, because this season, looking at opening round, teams are playing rapid, like the ball movements just flying back and forth. So we've really got to handball receive, handball and run, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, but that's the
they
thing.
They seem to be doing that in
training. The last 2 years, Moore's played as a full-back key defender.
I know.
When that's bombing
it long and high.
As much as he's 203 centimeters, but he plays like Noble. You need him to take the game on.
He was amazing. Years ago.
If you see more ball in hand and he's running aggressively up the ground, that's when you know shit, we are on.
Yeah.
This is really, we always talk about and speculate where we should play Darcy Moore, but I would seriously name him on a forward flank and let him go wherever the hell he wants to, and be that kick behind the play. So he literally doesn't have a man.
Yeah.
And how good would he be? How good would he be? Or Put him on a wing.
Mm.
I reckon he'd be a good wingman, like a sort of Blixarves type of guy. He could take the rucks if it was near him as well. Just free him up. He just doesn't. He's not good with a man, especially if it's a big man.
100%. 100%.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
that,
I'm his biggest critic, but I agree with Sean. The club doesn't do him any favors. And how annoyed must Darcy have been to see through this trade and drafting period that we didn't get a key back to help him out. That would be so frustrating.
That's the thing, though. Like, the Pies have done that for ages. Like, we just don't, and that's the thing. When we go out and get a key defender, we literally wait till the rookie draft, then we pick up Charlie Dean, and then we wonder why we don't have good key defensive stocks.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get for, whatever the hell that saying is. If and that's the thing, though. Even for a key defender, even if you get one in the draft, like an under 18s All Australian key defender, they always fall around that 35 to 40 range. So you only need a mid second round pick or whatever it is, like late second round pick. So as long as you got a second round, you're good. So you just need to pick up the best key defender in the draft. Well, not the best key defender, but if the key defender was in the AA squad for the under 18s, you're going to pick up something that's half decent, especially when it's in the All Australian system. Like that's a professional program that player would have gone through. So it's similar to like the AIS with cricket and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just a mystery why we don't go after like a key defender or even just put some value in it. Just keep a second round pick and just pick the best defender you can have, because you'll find a decent key defender in the second round.
Like I was, Swoop did that thing with all of the content creators the other day, and I saw Jack Madgen is creating content about Collingwood.
Yeah.
I was like, we need. I'd take him right now.
Would you? Seriously?
I didn't mind him. He was honest, and he wasn't. He was no Peter Knights, but
I'll tell you what. He had one good game on Buddy Franklin.
Yeah, I think Franklin only kicked 6 goals in the first half. That's a good effort.
The other guy I thought was all right was that Frost.
Yeah,
I thought he was decent.
Is it Jack?
Jack Frost. Right.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm going to shoot.
No worries, man.
Have a good one. Thanks for having me.
Pal. No worries, pal. You enjoy the nice, hot, balmy Bangkok night.
I will, mate. I'm going to a barbie now.
All
right.
beautiful.
Thanks for having me, guys. Go Pies. All the best
See you,
tomorrow.
mate.
See you,
Catch
guys.
up.
Mate.
Yeah.
See you later.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Madgen is in Victoria at the moment. I'm not sure where he is because he was.
Yeah.
I think he was a development coach in the Sandful somewhere for one of the teams. I'm pretty sure he's back in Victoria now.
Yeah.
I think
those.
Ring the bell.
Yeah. You know those other content creators that were on Swoop's thing? Who's that Wallop guy? I've never heard of him.
So he's not the YouTuber. He's basically on Twitter and Instagram. He just does Instagram posts and stuff. Yeah, he's at. I mean, I don't obviously know him personally or anything, but anytime he posts, he does some good stuff. It's a bit more on the jokey side, which is why he had Jack Madgen doing the content and stuff. But yeah, I mean, he seemed like he'd be a pretty good bloke to hang out with. Sort of takes like the fun out of things.
Yeah.
Seems like a good bloke.
Yeah. Fuck. We better hope we do well this year. We've got so many content creators, mate. It'll be fucking doom and gloom if we go shit this year, mate.
I just can't see it. And again, I don't think we can even afford to do it because there's just so much shit we've got in the future that's happening. Like, as much as we probably won't get someone like a Butters, like we're still going to try and advertise ourselves.
Yeah.
And then you've also got Nick. Like, you don't want to be, offending Nick at any point. So Nick will want to be competing as much as possible. So
yeah,
I just Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if we're finishing like 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere around there. But we're certainly not missing finals. Like when was, especially as well outside of what was it 21? When was the last time we actually missed finals?
Yeah,
it's been a long
yeah.
time.
But that's you go through the whole history of Collingwood. That's the story of us. We always, even with shit squads, we always compete, mate. And that's why we've won. We've lost all those. We lost all those grand finals over the decades. Is because we made grand finals with teams of hacks and fucking nearly won them sometimes, you know. But no one remembers that shit, you know. Like 1977, the year before, wooden spoon. But then we make a grand final and we fucking draw. And we play another grand final after that, and the players were cooked and we lost. Same as back in the early 2000s against Brisbane, mate. We nearly beat a fucking star-studded Brisbane team with a midfield of Brownlow medalists and fucking guns on every line, with a team with Buckley surrounded by a bunch of overachieving, average players, and we nearly beat them, mate. You know, that's the Collingwood thing, mate. And that's why it makes you feel good as a supporter too, because with us, we're not going to win the wooden spoon, mate. You know, we'll give it a shot. You know, even with average players.
It's kind of funny though, because like whenever we finish 7th or 8th, that is our wooden spoon pretty much.
Yeah. When's the last time
if we miss finals? Like that's our wooden spoon. Yeah. But that's.
When's the last time we finished last and had the advantage of getting a number 1 pick that can we can build a team around? Our last number 1 pick was fucking Josh Fraser back in 1998 or something like that. I think that's when we didn't get the wooden spoon. But since then, we've had to scrounge around and make trades, and we got lucky with Nick. He would have been a number 1 pick, but that's how it is, man. Fuck. We can't help
Scott
it.
Burns is like 78 or something like that. He was like really low.
Yeah. Like, I feel sorry for that team in the early 2000s. Like, Buckley was an absolute fucking superstar. Scott Burns, Honest Toiler, Shane O'Brien up against fucking Voss, Black, Ackermanis, Lappin, Power. They all won Brownlows, man, except for Lappin. But yeah, and up forward you got fucking. We had Jared Malloy up forward, and Anthony Rocker missed one of those grand finals for a bullshit fucking suspension, and we're up against Alistair Lynch and fucking Jonathan Brown, you know. But mate, he was a fucking guy. I loved him.
Yeah, there was also I've also was can't remember when I was like thinking about this, but I was kind of having the thought like, you know, how things could have changed, you know, because obviously, you know, the medical department we have now is like I honestly think we have some of the best, you know, the medical team we have, it's some of the best in the league. It sort of makes you think that because I don't think it was really prioritized when we had Eddie, running the club. I mean, there was a little bit. It was all right during around like 2010 because we did the what was the high performance camps in like preseason and stuff.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah. Outside of that, we didn't really like have a lot when it comes to, you know, that sort of like side of it. And I was sort of like wondering, like, what if even like with like a Thomas, like I feel like Thomas was also robbed of a good like maybe even like 100 games at Collingwood and stuff because like he just couldn't get his ankle right. Like if you had like someone like a you know, if you had someone like Wade at the club at that time when, you know, Thomas was there, I reckon you probably get 100 games out of Thomas, and you probably get him like closer to his peak as well.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's just I don't know. It's just like there's always just those like thoughts you always have every now and then of like what could have been if we had like, you know, someone like Jared Wade at the club at certain times. Yeah.
Well, look, put it this way: where this season, Howie's Howie and Moore, albeit they are, you know, first team players, there are only injuries really. I think it's only
and Reef is the other one.
And Reef, but that's pretty good. going into opening round with just 3 injuries, it's a good start. So hopefully it bodes well. I'm going to make I'm going to put one in the vault. All right, this is going in the vault, and this is going to be in the distant future. But I'm going to trademark this term here, and I'm putting it up in the comments. The swaddling and printables, the combination, it's going to be called swaddnable. I've put a little trademark there. So if that gets used, I'm going to fucking let everyone know that I started it.
Is that like
Swandleberry? Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be a Swandleberry theory, or it was actually a law. It was the Swandleberry law, and what it was, and I can't remember the full specifics of it, but I think it was if one of them got over 25 posies and the other got more than 20 posies, we always won. Something like that. Something, like that. Some sort of theory like that, and we always won those games when those parameters come through. So I'm tipping it from now. This will be about 3 or 4 years in the future. We'll be talking about swaddnable. There you go.
I can definitely say it. I mean, obviously, I can't say anything against swaddling, obviously, because I've already gone. Actually, to be fair, I've actually said good things about both of them. So I mean, even if I wanted to, I couldn't say anything bad about this about that, because I've definitely talked up both of them, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, look, you've inspired me because you did say swaddling is going to be the next fucking. And today you even doubled down and said he's going to be like fucking a combination of Buckley and Dangerfield. So I'm really excited now.
That's right. And I did say Patrick Dangerfield before. That was an original comment. But again, it's just that powerful midfielder with strong hits.
And a good ball user. That's the most important thing, man. Fuck.
Well, that's
just
the
to
thing,
be able to use it well.
Even last year, his ball use wasn't that great, but he could obviously find it. I mean, even some people were even saying, "Oh, he had the knack of Dan Swan when it come to finding the ball." I mean, fuck, if that's if do we want to add that player to the list, or are we just going to just throw every player under the sun with this guy? But no, just powerful midfielder. I mean, if you could put in some clearances, that'd be nice. But I think it's just more the ball in hand and just off he goes. And if you can build a bit of a frame and have that big frame like a Dangerfield and Buckley, that'd be even better. But I've seen guys like that are picked around his pick. Even Fife was like that. Fife was pick 25 roughly. Like, I'm not going to know exactly, but it was around pick 25, and he turned out to be half decent. So
Well, look, the good thing about the VFL is they'll be playing games together all year, and they can establish some kind of combination. They're both talented kids. I'll be looking forward to the VFL this year. Yeah.
Oh, the VFL is going to be great. I was actually just about to say, I reckon I'm more excited about the VFL than the AFL.
Yeah.
Not because I'm not excited about the AFL, but just it's especially with the VFL, there's so much uncertainty, but in the best way possible with the VFL. That to me is more exciting. Because again, it's like, are we going to have a Charlie West kicking 5 goals every week? Are we going to have Joel Cochran being a superstar centre half back or full back? Like, are we going to have Angry Anderson being a fucking ball in the middle? Like, there's so many players you look at and go, damn, we could really do this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Mick, I'm going to give you a few more predictions. So, I have a few. All right.
I've got the book here, mate.
The book's out. All right.
Hold on, let me find it. Go on.
All right. I'm going to go probably a bit ambitious, but McStay 45 plus.
All right.
45 plus this season. Yep. I'm going to go. All right, so we'll do McStay.
Yeah.
This is pretty gutsy, but our team in finals or around 24, our team is going to have Allen, Hayes, Parker, and West. All 4 will be in the team. end of the year.
Allen, Hayes, Parker, and West.
Yep. So I reckon we're going to get rid of Membry. He'll probably go to VFL or something. That's another one. Let's do Houston and Bo finish top 5, Copeland. Both of them. Let's do that as well. Houston, mate. Houston better show us something this season. Houston better show up today. So it's tomorrow.
And just with the guys in the chat, if anyone wants to make, like, if you think of any big calls that you want to put up there, just to put it in the vault, even like after the stream's over, just put it in the chat and I'll note it all down and we'll see who makes all the right predictions. All right, good. Gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night. I've got a big day starting from early doors tomorrow morning. I've got a full day of haircut, fucking soccer game, and then fucking going to the footy.
Yep.
Mate, I was going to stay home and watch it nice, comfortable on my couch, but Andreas and Benny Zero have convinced me to come out, so I'm going to go to the footy tomorrow night. And then I'll do like after Anthony's finished with his post game, I'll jump on and it'll probably be like after 12, but I'm not working on Monday, so hopefully none of you guys are either. And join me then, and we'll be either fucking rejoicing or fucking going absolutely fucking nuts. So we'll see.
Like Carlton, it'll be.
Our season's started. Like, let's bring on the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a good 3 days fucking bagging Carlton, but now it's our turn to.
It was beautiful the whole night. Blue Abroad, Rocco, and Mars.
Oh yeah,
had a rant and a half, mate. He was going off.
That's what I was saying. I was saying before, mate. You can never get sick of Rocco just going absolutely fucking nuts, mate. You know, it's just been like the same shit for the last fucking 5 years with him, man. It's just fucking hilarious, mate.
Especially
and it's always the same shit too.
Suck him, mate. I said suck him.
Especially as well because I saw a photo of like there was like a bin. There was like a Carlton scarf that was like hanging from the bin. And I was thinking of doing like a quote tweet of it. I'm just being like, this will be the same supporter that'll be wanting to sign up Aussie in 5 years' time, midway through the season, because they're so like just bipolar when it comes to the way that they support their team. Like they lose from round 0 and it's like sack boss and you watch like they'll let you get a run on like they'll win like 4 or 5 games.
Yes, in a row. Always happens. Always happens.
And then
they get
a 5-year deal.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of like tweeting it and I didn't. But yeah, it's a bit of I probably missed the boat on that one now. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny because I'm just like, that same supporter is going to be like, advocating for Voss in like 2 months' time. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. As I said earlier, anyone in the chat that wants to make any predictions, put them in do it after the stream's done, because after this, I can't look at the live chat after it's done. But I know that down all the main people, I've got all your predictions down, and throughout the season we'll do the same thing. I just got Chris's what's he saying? We're going to finish 3rd, and
there you go. Hot Keys reckons North for the flag. So you want to write that down?
North for Premier, Hot Key. There you go. All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Mick.
Yeah, guys.
I'll catch us later.
Yep. No pies tomorrow. Come on.
Good.
get the ball away from the centre again through Montfort. And the Blonde gets past Brown. They're lifting the pies. They can sense it. First 15 minutes ordinary, but since then they've been good. The Blonde's had 5 bounces. Nearly get another one. Round he goes. In he goes to an open goal. Stuck by Mickey the Blonde. Goal of the year.
He never heard it. That surprised everybody else in the library of shouting. The Saints hit forward towards half forward there by side bottom. Opportunity for Didan. Smothers the ball, runs onto it, hooks. It's bending back. Oh, Blake kicked it in.
You're going to enjoy this too.
Mate, we're going to have a fair crack. Absolutely. You'll be able to get.
The covers are all magpies. Nick Dacos to Maynard. Chanced his arm right through the middle and did it sterlingly. Pendlebury marks and plays on. Ginnivan's his man. Sard against him. Elliott's the third there. The ball is his. The moment arrives. Elliott kicks the goal. Collingwood have closed like the Grim Reaper. They hit the front with a minute. Nick Dacos, lightning hands. Here's the Vigoe moment. He unloads. Bang! You need your stars. And Collingwood stars just went and wrenched the cup.
Bring him to 55. Side bottom. In game 309 from outside the yard.